Twisted and T3.
Yeah, life happens for you, not happens to you. It's up to you, the life that you choose.
The life that you choose. It's up to you.
Yeah.
Where you at? Transform.
And now it's time for you to be reborn, 'cause the only thing left to do is transform.
Woo! A new you.
The only thing left to do is transform.
Transform. Yeah. T3.
The only thing left to do is transform. Everybody never stop, stop. We go up, up to the top, top. Come on, everybody never go stop.
We go up to the top, top. Come on, everybody, never stop, stop. We go up to the top, top. Drop the beat. Let me give you one advice.
Lyrically twisted. T3.
Yeah, life happens for you, not happens to you. It's up to you, the life that you choose.
The life that you choose. It's up to you.
Yeah.
Where you at? Transform.
And now it's time for you to be reborn, cause the only thing left to do is transform.
I knew you.
The only thing left to do is transform.
Transform. Yeah. T3.
The only thing left to do is transform. Transform.
Yeah, yeah, don't stop.
The only thing left to do is transform.
We go up to the top, top. Come on, everybody, never stop, stop. We go up to the top, top. Come on, everybody, never go stop.
We go up to the top, top. Come on, everybody, never stop, stop. We go up to the top, top. Drop the beat. Let me give you one advice. When we down, no disguise.
Lyrically twisted. T3.
Yeah, life happens for you, not happens to you. It's up to you, the life that you choose.
The life that you choose, it's up to you.
Yeah.
Where you at? Transform.
And now it's time for you to be reborn, cause the only thing left to do is transform.
A new you.
The only thing left to do is transform.
Transform. Yeah. T3.
The only thing left to do is transform. Transform.
T3. Yeah, don't stop.
The only thing left to do is transform.
We go up to the top, top. Come on, everybody, never stop. We go up to the top, top. Come on, everybody, never go stop.
We go up to the top, top. Come on, everybody, never stop. We go up to the top, top. Drop the beat. Let me give you one advice. When I put down the
What is up, everyone? What's up, everyone? Welcome to T3 Legends Asia Season 2. This is our second tournament for the community, helped to you guys by Legends Asia. My name is MoonBoy. I'm joined by Cupcake, and we are your shoutcasters for today.
That's right. I'm sure that a lot of teams have joined. I've seen EVG, T1, like some of these really notable teams that joined the top 32, and today we're left with just 4 of them.
Yep, yeah, exactly right. 32 players came in yesterday for the qualifiers, and we're down to our final 4 players, our final 4 teams. So today is a very interesting event. So we are playing only payload escort, and we are playing a best of 5. So there's lots of action going on, lots of mind games, tactics going on. What do you think is expected coming in?
Well, for the map that we'll be playing both the Giga Cave Mine and Browse Dock. Now, Browse Dock, as we all know and love, it has that really good high ground for the defenders right in front of the defender spawn. So I'm pretty interested to see how these teams will break through that initial choke and then tackle the next choke, which happens at the second point, where it's basically like really crowded and they have a lot of corner advantages, and the defenders don't really have like a really nice way to go onto the high ground to get that high ground advantage.
Yep.
So seeing how the attackers can push through that and how the defenders are going to play their game, I'm pretty sure everybody will be interested to see what kind of tactics they're going to come up with.
Yep. I mean, there's lots of ways to go around. Like, you're not just all about taking out your opponents, taking out or killing other heroes in the process. Right. You have to take advantage of, you have to keep in mind that the payload is the objective, and whoever pushes the payload the furthest or the fastest is going to win the game.
And moving on to the next map, we have the Giga Cave Mine, which has a lot more close corners in the first part of the map, where the defenders actually have a really nice time since they have a really nice high ground.
Right.
But when it comes to the second point, that's where it gets a little bit tricky, because the attackers do have one really clear access route to the high ground, which we can possibly give them another advantage when pushing on the attack. So yes, as always, there's always going to be like really nice stuff to see. We might be able to see like really different strategies. Like maybe some teams will opt to go for like just hunkering down onto the payload. Some teams may want to just move around the map, trying to take out the defenders first before pushing the payload along. You just have to see, because as the wise words of Chong Chong, there are no meta heroes. There is only good teamwork and good individual skill.
I mean, that's the beauty of team games like this, right? Like, it's all about team composition. Hero doesn't matter, but I believe, the games is on. Let's just take a look at our very first team. It's going to be Team Lamb going up against Team Leech, and this is the draft that they are currently using right now.
Okay, actually not, because they'll be repicking it again once
during the draft phase, right?
But look at these skins. Like, you can tell that the people at T3 really put in effort into their skins. Honestly, one of my favorite would be the Ya one, the Ya premium skin, where she really just goes all full on techno. That one is pretty sick. That's pretty sick.
Definitely, for sure. But I believe, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Off we go to the draft pick right over here as well. You guys can see the Jabali. There's a new skin going on with the Halloween team. That's probably one of the prettiest skin, I believe. One of the very nice new creation from the development team as well. And EMA with the Jabali, Rygo with the Fort, and then we got the Hunter as well. But on the other hand, we got a Fort, a Letta, and a Osas from the defending side. What do you think this is going to be compromising? What are you going to expect?
From the side of the attackers, I can kind of foresee a bunker comp going down, since we have Fort to put down a shield at the front, and possibly Jabali to protect from the back or any off angles that Aleta might come in from. So it's just up to Hunter to deal the damage from the long range, and with his grenades, he can actually do some revelation and wall hacks that can give a lot of information to the team. While meanwhile, for the defender side, we're going in with Osas with some long range poke damage that we all know in the hands of a skilled player can really do a lot of damage. But with the shields coming on from the attackers, I'm not really sure how this might turn out for them.
Yep, so ladies and gentlemen, off we go, and this is Giga Mine, and it's gonna be Team Leech going up against Team Lamb. So, right off the bat, we could see Tycoon on the right side of the little hole right over there, right, trying to do a little bit of damage, but Otas immediately getting picked up by Jabali as well, as right here, I believe Team Lamb is on the push.
Yeah, the Team Leech, they tried to go for a really close combat, really close defense approach, but putting Osas on the front line may not be the best idea, as we saw just now, Jabali just came in straight and took him out.
Yep, I mean, as an Osas, right, being in the lower ground, that's not exactly what you be. You want to be high ground, taking out shots, but Spot right over here as well, going up against, taking straight right down, yet another Osas KO. Osas being a low ground, that is exactly a no-no as well. Yagulo immediately going straight right down, and Tycoon, that's a team kill coming in from, I believe this is Team Levage.
Yeah, I guess so. I can't really see that clearly, but Okay, Osas coming in with the teleporter, and yep, close combat right again. We know this Osas knows that he can't really put some poke damage from the far range thanks to the shield, so he has to go up close and personal. But that isn't doing really well from him as we just saw.
Yep, and right here, Team Lamb is just taking it really well, right? All this double tank composition is just really taking them to use, and immediately Hunter taking down yet another Osas once again, and this is gonna be an easy push right here into our first checkpoint.
Well, that was a really nice counter from the Hunter coming up with the grenade, really revealing his position despite the smoke being there from Osas. So there wasn't really much that Osas could do, but as we said, this is the second part where the attackers might have an advantage on the high ground. So the defenders are probably going to have a slightly harder time right now.
Yeah, I mean, this is an open area, right? Like exactly where there are high ground available for Osas to just start sniping down, and the main target is definitely gonna be Ing on the Hunter as well. And right here, I believe Tycoon is just trying to take out the shield as much as possible as Jabali pop his ultimate and try to just rebound those grenades onto Tycoon.
And the Disruptor shield is going to buy a lot of time for Team Lamb, since that he's the only one on the payload, and shooting that shield will just cause further harm to them. So they're just free distance. Now look at that, they're almost 3/4 the way through, and Team Leech really has to make a play right now.
Yep, that's exactly right. But however, those shield coming in from Jabali is just too much to be handled, right? And but however, right here, Jabali is going down, Ing is down as well, and all down to that one single fort. I don't think it's gonna be an easy push right here as he's all alone. Now it's time for him to regroup and just hopefully get a good push. Just get one good push together as a team.
Alright, since the sidelines are the long sidelines, which used to be Osas's biggest opening, it's kind of being shut down by the shields right now. Aleta really has to take advantage of that and go behind the shields in order to pick them off, especially the damage dealer, which is Ing.
Yep, that's exactly right. I mean, take Ing out, take the fort out, and all you have to do is just deal with the Jabali, right? But right here, another KO onto the Osas as well. So this is gonna be, easy, right? As long as you take out those damage dealers away, and I think Team Leech will have a very easy push.
Yeah, but right now it seems that Team Leech is actually holding on pretty well. And Team Lamb shows sign of struggling right now as we see another kill being picked up by Tycoon.
Yep, I mean, we are moving forward closer into the spawn point for the defender side, right? So they're so much easier for them to get the respawn and get those additional push or that defensive needs that they require. So right here, Osas just trying to take a little bit of a angle and might have caught the Jabali of it as well. Eventually gets a kill off the Jabali, and seems like Ing might be the second target on Tycoon's crosshair.
There we go. That is the sidelines that we want to see from Osas, getting the superior positioning behind the Jabali, bypassing the shields, and getting the much needed pick that he needs. Not only that, he also managed to get another force Ing to fall back as he did take some heavy damage, and now here comes the reset as both teams just prep on for yet another clash.
Yup, I believe right here, Team Lamb, what they need to do is just, focus, gather up, and get one good push. But however, Emma is in a little bit of a pickle right here, immediately going straight right down, and right again, yet another time, right? Team Lamb is down 2 players, and this is not a good position for them to push.
Yeah, but there's going to be an ultimate being caught by Titan, so left has one ultimate down. As Osas ultimate is coming right back up, we have the Raigo's ultimate already coming back up, so that means Team Lam does have the potential for one big team fight.
Yep, Ing immediately, 2 men down from the left side. Immediately, Yaguto getting that respawn as well, but can he make it in time as the payload is being pushed right now, and they're just trying to go for that final push. It's just take the win, but however, right here, this might be the final skirmish that they are looking for that final push. Tycoon going down straight right down as well, gets respawn, but I believe can he make it back in time? Right here, Yaguto just trying to get into the back line and just take them out one by one. Kaiken going straight right down as well, and that's a 2 KO. Yaguto down as well. Team Lam gets that team kill. I believe this is gonna be a closure right here as they are closing off 100% on this push map.
A brilliant performance right there by both teams, but Team Lam just proved to have the superior draft, shutting down the long sidelines that Osas really needs to use, and ultimately I guess that was what caused their ultimate demise.
Yeah, I think the problem with that composition was the early game, right?
Yes,
that Osas could not take any single pick because of these heavy shields, and I'm not sure how are they gonna come back off this one for the teams.
I mean, this goes to show the flexibility of the T3 characters, the T3 heroes in the game, where you can really just mold any strategy that seems fit to you. Like just now we saw that Osas couldn't really get some clean shots right in through the usual means. So what he did was he actually used his ultimate to teleport around.
Yep.
Use the teleporter to give himself a better position, and managed to go behind the Jabali and just take him out like that. So, but ultimately that just wasn't enough with the sheer bulk that Team Lam had. Like, we can't deny 2 tanks with a hunter. That's your damage covered, and that's just 2 walls in front of you that is just really hard to hit down.
I mean, technically, you know, what they're trying to do is just push the payload, right? So as long as you're tanky enough, you would survive fights, right? All you need to do is for the hunter to land his shots, and hunter being one of the best, you know, damage dealer in the game right
definitely.
now, and yeah, I think that's basically what they're trying to go for, right? Hunter gets get those kills, and the tanks are the one responsible to push the payload forward.
And props to the Aleta for going behind the lines to try to take on the hunter, but honestly, with 2 tanks, that's just going to be really, really, really hard. Sure, you have Fort's stationary shield, but Fort already has that bulk, and Jabali with this shield that he can just move around, it kind of renders Aleta's flanks less effective, since they have so much peel for Hunter to just keep him alive. And Hunter with his nades to just review the areas, he can see where the flanks are coming from and give that much needed information onto, for example, where the Aleta is coming from or where the Osas is being planted at, so that the tanks likewise can adjust their shields accordingly to give the Hunter the protection they need.
Right. So I don't know, what do you think, you know, would be better when we are changing sides right here for the second game, right? So what would make the difference for both of the teams?
Well, honestly, I'm not sure if anybody has played that much yet, but I would like to see a Gatlin.
Gatlin.
I kind of want to see a Gatlin. Honestly, like any one of these games, be it this one or the next one or the finals, whatever, I just want to see a Gatlin. Because, you know, with that super high rate of fire and the high amount of ammo that she has, I think she can shred down shields pretty quickly. Yeah, either that or maybe bring in like a Diggy, like one of these tank killers, like Diggy, who does a lot of damage at close range, and is probably one of the best ones to take these shield wielders out. So once you have the shields down, you're pretty much open for the picking.
Right.
And that's where Osas can start to come in and make use of those down shields in order to deal the damage that his team needs.
I mean, I've been playing a lot of Diggy.
Yes.
I like Diggy. I choose to say that Diggy is my main, but but you know, I would love to see some Diggy, right? Like, you know,
definitely.
so much maneuver. I believe she got a bit of rework or a little bit of buff, right? While she gets passive healing while in the shark form as well. So there is so much possibility when it comes to Diggy. But the thing is that once you commit to the play with Diggy, you have to stick to that commitment.
Yes.
Yep. If not, you know, it's not gonna be possible, and the Diggy is just gonna be a simple kill for your opponent.
Yeah, it's either a kill or be killed for Diggy. Like if your attack doesn't work, then what do you do? I mean, you could use the illusory blast to like just knock them out and try to get away, but anybody with decent aim will be able to track you down, and yeah, that's it for you. You did.
Yeah, but you know, that's pretty interesting, right? But the thing is that yes, that was a 1 point going straight right to, I believe, Team Leech and
Team Lamb.
Team
Lamb. Yeah, I think Team Lamb was the one.
Team
that
Leech. Team Lamb is the one was defending.
The one without the Aleta
Yeah.
and Osas.
Okay.
The one with the hunter.
Yes.
The one with the hunter was
So
the one that won.
yeah,
yes.
this is the best of this is the best of 5, right? So it's
Yeah.
gonna be, you know, very
First to 3.
Yeah, first to 3. So it's not gonna be an easy task. You know, there's still a lot of things going on. Like, you know, yes, I know that this player is very good at one particular character, and they are allowed to, you know, go into a lot of counterplay stuff and things like that.
I kind of do want to see a Sindri though. Like, you know, I'm a Sindri enjoyer. I really like Sindri. So if a Sindri does appear, then I'll give whoever plays Sindri 2 thumbs up. Yes. Because with Sindri, you can just place your ball at one side. The rage ball can just be placed at one side. You just hide around the corner, let the rage ball just keep dealing damage, take on the assault. Maybe use it as a frontline shield, like a body shield, while you just run away. And you can recall it back in order to get a little bit of shield as well. So you can play as a flanker, you can play as a vision, like a ward. You can play as like a off tank-ish, but not a really bulky one though.
Right.
But there's so much possibilities to do with Sindri. It's just amazing. Therefore, I am a Sindri enjoyer.
I mean,
Yes.
Sindri is technically, you know, a 5th or like a 4th character, right?
Yes.
I mean, you got the turret over there. It's so annoying. You have to deal with the turret first before you could do anything against your
You're
opponent.
basically making it like a 4v3, and who doesn't like numbers advantage?
Yeah, and you know, it's kind of irritating, right? Because if you put a turret where it's not easily accessible or easily shown, but at the same time having line of sight of your opponent, you could still take advantage of that and just take a few easy picks.
And meanwhile, I don't think the teams are ready yet, but a huge shout out to T3 Arena developers for really organizing this tournament.
Yep, big
Yeah.
shout out.
The Asia scene could really do with a really big boost, and with this Asia Legends, I think he has done a lot. Like,
Yep.
really much.
Yep, if you guys are new to T3 Arena, you know, it is a, you know, battle brawler shooter, right?
Yeah.
In on your mobile, and it is one of the faster paced game that I have individually
yes.
experienced, and it's fun, it's easy to grasp on as well. There's so many possibilities when it comes to team composition and heroes themselves. So you know, we really have to give a big shout out to the developers for doing such a good job. And if you guys are into like really nice skins and you know, looking different into the game as well, they have tons of skins coming in, and you know, especially the Halloween ones that I
yes.
saw the Jabali, I was like, dude, I have to get it.
Oh, the Skadi one was pretty good too.
Yeah.
It was really cool. I mean, like, you know, Skadi is already purple. They somehow managed to make her more purple. And it works.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean,
it
yeah,
works.
as long as it works, right? It doesn't matter how yeah, it works. So and also, you know, I have to like big shout out to, you know, the community managers of the game as well. You know, people like, you know, Lazy Cast, Gordo. They are, I would put it out there, like they are one of the few developers that I've seen that are really interactive and really on the ground with the community. So if you guys are interested, you know, do join the D3 Arena Discord server and be part of this really good community, a really wholesome community where, you know, everyone is at. You guys can talk about the game, talk about something else, and you know, talk about what you guys, or feedback to the dev, like, you know, what you guys are looking for, because they are having a lot of this kind of like on the ground sessions with the guys.
Yeah, and I can speak for that as well. Like, I can attest to that. Like, I've had like a few conversations with the devs as well. Like, actually not really conversations, more like just like passing remarks. Like, I did ask about the spectator mode, then I did receive a little bit of information on that, and that was like way before we have this like kind of tournament. So like, these developers, they really like what you said, they really keep in touch with their community, and that's, I think, one of the most important things for a community to have.
Definitely.
Not only is it a community effort like by the players or by community leaders, but also the developers, to keep them updated and like, hey, we're doing this, like this is happening soon, so you guys can look out for it. And the kind of stuff that they have, like for example, to help content creators, tournament organizers, or maybe like even people for streamers, or like just YouTube video producers, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, there are lots of platforms for all these
definitely.
people, different type of people, right, who can contribute for the game, and there's so many platform and avenue, and they are always there to provide aid for you guys as well. So, you know, also, you know, big shout out to Asia Legends. Without this group of people organizing this event, you know, there wouldn't be this event for Asia, and you know, there wouldn't be much tournaments happening around, and you know, without Asia Legends, there is no tournament. This is the second season, or should I say second episode of this tournament as well. So yeah,
and since you guys are in the YouTube chat, just comment down below which team do you think is going to take the series for today, and which hero do you think will be the most played.
Yeah, I believe we haven't exactly went through the 4 teams, you know, coming forward, because the game started so soon. You know, first off, we got Team Lamb versus Team Leech. That is the one that we have seen just now, right?
Yeah,
and
definitely,
next
yes.
up, after this best of 5, we're gonna have the second semifinals coming up. It's gonna be PX going up against MST, and that is the, you know, the next 2 teams that will be playing later on. And following up after that, you know, we got the 3rd and 4th placing for the losers of both semifinals, and then finishing off with the grand finals later on at the end of the night as well. So do not go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen, because we have a whole night of T3 Arena games lined up for you guys.
Definitely, and as you have seen from the action before, it is pretty intense and fast-paced, as all T3 games should be. And right now, all the players are in. We can just hop straight right into it. And yeah, I think Team Lamb did take the previous game. Yes.
Yep, you're right. So Team Lamb is the one that took point number 1. So they are gonna be, you know, going straight right to our game number 2 right here, and we are moving straight right to the draft pick. And you know, coming from the attacker side, I believe it's gonna be a double shield meta coming in for payload escort.
Well, you never know. I mean, like these teams are unpredictable. They can just come up with like 3 attackers or something, or maybe just throw in 3 people who can sustain each other. Yeah, but alright, we're looking at a Hua Ling on both sides. Wow, alright, this Hua Ling, we all know that Hua Ling in the right hands shoots 1 arrow from downtown, catches you in the noggin, and you are out for 5 seconds. Like, it's Hua Ling.
It's Hua Ling doing
Hua
Hua
Ling.
Ling things. Yeah, I mean, you know, Hua Ling, she did suffered a bit of nerves coming in from the last few patches, you know.
I don't think it affected her at
minimizing
all.
the arrow hitboxes, but it doesn't really affect her at all, because that actually says that, you know, if you're a good Hua Ling player, you are gonna be you know, hitting your shots, your headshots, everything accordingly.
Yeah,
as
that's
per what
right.
it is.
And with her second ultimate, the Tornado, basically just pushes everybody away and knocks them up. The amount of distance that she can make between the opponents is just insane, and that ultimate ability does come up more often than not.
Yep.
Like you're going to see a lot of hurricanes coming up this time.
Yep, definitely. But you know, the little bit of difference coming in from this team composition is gonna be Yugato on the Aletta and Ing on the Hunter back once again. So you know, Yugato likely is Yagudo is
Yes.
likely gonna be the one, you know, on the back line trying to disrupt a little bit more, and the key objective right here from Yagudo is definitely gonna be taking down Ing, because he is the main damage dealer for the team.
Alright, holding it into close combat. Ying with that nade spots that 2 people are coming out, so he can just like back off and make space. And what I really want to see is Yagudo just trying to get that flank onto either Liu or Ying, because those 2 are the huge damage dealers, and with those out of the equation, the push will be much easier.
Yep, definitely. But right here, you know, it seems like the attacker can't get out of the entrance. Immediately, 2 men down, coming in 3 men, and there's a team kill coming in from Team Lamb. And you know, Ing and you know, the Raigo is just putting in so much work, taking down the KO once after once again. And right here, the payload is not moving, and it's been what, close to about 30 seconds into the game, and yet nothing, no progression coming in, and Ying taking down 1, but could he get Tycoon out of that? Unable to get that great recon grenade out, but gets the Hua Ling out, and this is gonna be an easy defense coming in from Team Lamb.
Now just looking at Team Lam, the composition is kind of going to make hiding behind the walls moot, because we have the recon grenade coming out from Hunter, and we have the infrared scan coming out from Liu. So you basically have the entire area of the back of their spawn covered. Like as you can see over there, like Tycoon, he's just down. He knows where they are. Liu knows where they are.
And you know, information is key, especially in a game and a map like this, right? Map is so huge, there's so many hidden angles, and you got to know where exactly your opponents are. But right here, you know, it seems like Ford might be a little bit of a trouble as well, immediately being trapped up in the Hurricane, but he is such a tanky hero, but however, you know, able to sustain a little bit more by immediately going straight right down. And right here, Ty can get another KO, but Yagudo just trying to go for the push.
Yeah, this is a really nice example of not a one-man flank, not a two-man flank, but an entire team flank. I'm not really sure why Team Lam didn't hold that angle just now, but they kind of let left, despite their overwhelming vision advantage, just sneak past that, and Aletta and Hua Ling were just able to do what they do.
Yep, and that is exactly, you know, what they want to do, right? But Tycoon going straight right down, they're losing the tank right here. Can they get the push, right? I believe this is the time for them to retreat or get this opportunity to just remove their DPSs off the field. But, you know, Yagudo going straight right down as well. And, you know, I believe this is not going to be an easy push right here for Team Leech.
Yeah, it might not be an easy defense as well, since now Team Left, they have more areas, more opportunities to kind of take an alternate route. So to kind of walk away from the sidelines that the Hua Ling and Hunter are holding down, but I guess Ying will fall.
Yep, but yeah, I believe, you know, right here they have to start taking out Ing, right? Take out Ing, take out Liu, and then that's where, you know, you can get the push that you need. But Raigo taking down the fort out, Ing taking out Tycoon as well. So, you know, yet another failed push coming in, and Liu takes out the Aletta off all by himself. Who says Hua Ling can't catch an Aletta?
Yeah, and she didn't even use an arrow. That was the snare bomb. That was a skill. A ball was thrown at Aleta's face and she caught it with her teeth. She's dead.
Yep. So Aleta, even though you're really quick on your feet, but you have to see where exactly you are going. Tycoon right here trying to get angle, but Ian gets the backstab onto the Hualing as well. Yet another team kill coming in from Team Lam. Could Team Left get this push that they need?
I would really love to bring back the wise words of Chung. There are no metal heroes, there's only stellar teamwork, and that's exactly what we saw. While the two Hualings were just duking it out, Ing came in from the back lines just to get that sneaky little flank. That was just amazing.
3 more seconds on the clock and they're unable to get their hands onto the payload. And ladies and gentlemen, this is it. And this is game number 2 going straight right to Team Lam. And that's gonna be 2-0. I would say this is like close to perfect defense coming in from Team Lam.
Definitely, they really prevented that first point from even pushing past the halfway mark. Okay, actually it was slightly above halfway, but you get my point.
Yep. Yeah, but I mean, yes, the payload managed to move. Yes, Team Left managed to get a few team kills and get the push that they need, but they can't sustain, right? Those damage coming in from their opponent, those snipes coming in from Hualing from the top, from the high grounds, it's just so much damage coming in.
I guess they were a little bit too spread out, and now that we all know that they had a vision advantage, like Team Lam had a vision advantage with the Hunter and the infrared scan coming from the Hualing. So I guess with the team so spread out like that, they are able to identify where the key targets are. And once they took down like the damage dealers like Aleta or the enemy Hualing, then everybody can just focus on that fort. And as we saw, Fort can hold his own against 1, maybe 2. But if the entire team just puts everything onto Fort, even though he has his ultimate, it's just pretty much all for nothing.
Yeah, I mean, Fort, he is a big damage dealer, right? But he only has 5 grenades per round, per magazine. So, his reload time is not exactly the fastest as well. He is not the smallest hitbox character in the game as well.
Definitely.
So, once he expanded every single grenade in his magazine, I believe it's open season for the rest of the opponent to actually zone him down and take him out.
And that's actually a stark difference from what we saw previously. Like previously, Team Lam tried to went with the turtle approach, putting 2 shield bearers onto the payload.
Right.
While Ing just went grrr, like, okay, not really grrr, but more like
burst shots.
Yes, burst shots.
Yes.
The grrr, that would be Mark. Or meanwhile, like Team Left, they went with a more I'm gonna try to take you out first, then push, like kind of strategy. And we've seen the pros and cons of both. So now we just have potentially the last game of this best of 5 series.
Yep, and I believe we are moving straight right to our old school payload escort map right here, and it's gonna be Browstock. And I believe Team Lam is gonna be on the offense first.
That's right.
And if they manage to cap this, and it's gonna be a 3-0 victory going straight to Team Lam. So Team Left life on tournament life is on the line. Could they go into the grand finals? This ultimately, they have to get past Team Lam for game number 3.
It could be a reverse sweep. For all you know, it could be a reverse sweep. We've seen it happen before in like many other competitions. Like for example, one like TI9, OG brought it back from the brink against PSG LGD. That was amazing.
Yep, maybe this is the fairy tale, Cinderella story that Team Left is actually looking for. But Browstock is a totally different mech. It's a totally different strategy moving forward. And let's just take a look that Team Left going up with Team Leech. That's Lam going up Team Left. And let's just straight move to that draft phase right here.
Yeah, a slightly more open map with slightly better high grounds, but it's more kind of defense oriented this time. I mean, we'll have to see. People who can, there are some heroes that can take advantage of that, like for example, Sindri or Christina. Christina just hiding behind the lines, lobbing the bombs. But as we all know, it's back to the usual. So Hualing against Osas. Let's go. Team Lam using the double shield strategy yet again, but this time instead of a Hunter, they're gonna opt for the Hualing.
Yeah, but is this enough firepower, right? We all know that the first choke point is right out the gate, right? And would Liu with the Hualing, we saw Ing, being subbed out into EMA right here, into the Jabali. Could this sustain, right? Is this enough damage for them to push through the first choke? Yes, Liu have the range, but could he reach the Osas in time?
Yeah, and it's pretty interesting to see Yagudo take the Holo Burst instead of the DY Bomb, because I think even though Yagudo will be invisible, the infrared scan might just pick her up. So that might not be as effective. So going with the Holo Burst actually gives the unlimited ammo.
Yep.
And maybe a little bit more time to shred down the tank or Liu.
Yep.
So you're just going to see how the position is going to be played, how the targets are going to be acquired, and we're going to be off.
Yep, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Off we go to Brow Stock. Immediately, Tycoon get a good angle on the top side of Liu. And I believe, those grenades are going to be lobbing straight in. But Raigo catching Tycoon on the top side as well. But EMA gets that easy push all by himself. No resistance right there. It's going to be free for EMA to get that push.
Yeah, these two damage this Liu on the top and EMA on the bottom kind of creates like a split attention situation where two damage dealers already down on both sides. Oh, sorry, not on both sides, on left side, and that's gonna be the third member of left down. So Lam gets the free push.
Yep, I love how they actually covered EMA right there, right?
That's
EMA
right.
was immediately dived by Yagudo back then as well. And immediately, Liu gets that coverage and take him out. But right here, Raigo getting the push, trying to make more space for the team. And it's gonna be a fort going up against Aleta. Yagudo putting a lot of damage coming in. And Raigo going straight right down to him as right here, EMA is going in and trying to get that revenge KO. But no choice, he had to put up the shield as the rest of the team is back.
And Yagudo really showing the power of the Holo Burst right there, just shredding down the tanks, and the tornado coming up will keep this Osas in the air. But is he going to survive?
Nah, Osas is at 1 right here, but however gets that reflect onto him as well, not knowing that ultimate is being popped by the Jabali, and that was a good reflect coming in. But I believe that falls on Tycoon, hitting straight right into the shoe.
Well, it may be a situation of perfect timing, but we'll never know. Maybe it's just unlucky. But moving into this second point, this is going to be slightly easier for the attackers to come in since their high ground is more easily contested. And just look at that, Tycoon.
And Raigo gets that KO onto Tycoon as well. But right here, Liu is just going in, right? Hurricane coming in, gets the letter with the arrow, and that is just pure precision Hualing coming in. If you guys need a tutor, look for Liu.
She missed the tornado but hit the arrow. Is there anything else you need to say? But now Lam trying to control that high ground right there. As you can see, Raigo's already on the top.
Oh, and Tycoon gets that KO onto Hualing as well. But Tycoon unable to survive that attack coming in from Raigo. Take a look at the KD right here from Raigo. 6 kills all by himself as a fort. And that is not an easy task. EMA right here trying to hold them back. But Raigo on the other hand throwing those grenades, lobbing it straight right down, taking 1. But 2, EMA gets the second one onto Tycoon as well. But right here, Yagudo is the only one surviving. Could Team Lam gets the push that they need? And there we have, ladies and gentlemen, our first grand finalist, Team Lam taking it home 3-0 against Team Lam.
7-1. Who was the DPS in that game? Who?
I was speechless, man. I was speechless.
I mean, tanks in real life actually do a lot of damage. Like, if you get hit by a tank, I don't think you will survive.
Those are cannons in a tank, my friend.
Yes. Tank 7-1.
Okay, quick sum up. What do you think of that game?
That was actually quite a good masterclass of attack coming in from Team Lam. Like, they used their usual hold the ground and push out strategy, and that proved pretty well. Like the way they diverted the attention of Team Leech to look at the top flank, look at the bottom flank, and allow Emma to just stand on the point and push it forward, giving them better advantages. And once the point was pushed sufficiently, they just went in and went ham. Like, it's just amazing.
Like ham, like nugget.
Yes, correct. But that's not to say that Team Leech was lacking. They had the skill. We saw Leloch. We saw the Aleta.
Yes.
We saw the Aleta just go in with the plays, with the Holo Burst, like really shredding down those tanks, especially Jabali. And the Osas managed to get a few shots while in the smoke as well, and not at a far range though. Like those mid ranges where Osas are usually more susceptible to the pickings. And that was actually quite amazing coming from them as well.
Yep, and I love how they actually cover the the Jabali, right? EMA on Jabali, right? His only job is to push the payload,
Definitely.
and whoever is diving onto him, the rest of the team got him covered, right? Liu is on the high ground trying to just constantly looking at what EMA is experiencing, and then Raigo is on the other side of the high ground taking out picks all by himself. And if even though EMA, if it's trouble, he might just lob some bombs right over there and just deal with it. And that is exactly what team composition is all about, right? Teamwork, team strategy. And I would really give it to Team Lamb that was really good macro play coming in from the team.
Well, 3 letters in their team name and 3 points just going straight to them. They will take this best of 5 series. So that's going to be the first match, the first game. It's over.
Yep, it's over. So so we have another second semifinals later on. It's gonna be PX going against Team MST. So do not go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen, as we are going for a short 10 minutes break. We need to calm ourselves because that game was just too intense.
7-1 on the tank. 7-1 on the tank.
Yep. So do not go anywhere, as we'll be right back after this short break. See you guys later on.
Lyrically twisted. T3.
Yeah, life happens for you, not happens to you. It's up to you, the life that you choose.
The life that you choose. It's up to you.
Yeah.
Where you at? Transform.
And now it's time for you to be reborn, cause the only thing left to do is transform.
A new you.
The only thing left to do is transform.
Transform. Yeah. T3.
The only thing left to do is transform. Transform.
T3. Yeah. Don't stop.
The only thing left to do is transform.
We go up to the top. Come on, everybody, never stop. We go up to the top. Come on, everybody, never go stop.
We go up to the top. Come on, everybody, never stop. We go up to the top. Drop the beat. Let me give you one advice.
Lyrically twisted. And T3.
Yeah, life happens for you, not happens to you. It's up to you, the life that you choose.
The life that you choose. It's up to you.
Yeah.
Where you at? Transform.
And now it's time for you to be reborn, 'cause the only thing left to do is transform.
A new you.
The only thing left to do is transform.
Transform. Yeah. T3.
The only thing left to do is transform. Transform.
T3. Yeah, yeah. Don't stop.
The only thing left to do is transform.
We go up to the top, top. Come on, everybody, never stop, stop. We go up to the top, top. Come on, everybody, never go stop.
We go up to the top, top. Come on, everybody, never stop, stop. We go up to the top, top. Drop the beat. Let me give you one advice. When I put down no disguise.
And we are back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to T3 Legends Asia Season 2. My name is MoonBoy. I'm joined by Cupcake right here, and we are bringing you guys the action live. And we are moving straight right to the second semi-finals right here with PX going up against MST.
Yeah, previously we have seen Team Lamb against Team Leech, where Lamb took the win and are moving on straight to the grand finals. So who, PX or MST, is going to join them?
Yep, so if you guys are, here for the very first time or missed the action just now, this is a T3 Arena tournament. We have 32 players coming in yesterday for the start pool stage, I would say, and we are down to our top 4 playoffs right here. And this is the second semi-finals, as players will be playing for the 1000 gems for the first place, 600 gems for the second place, and 400 gems for the third place. So it's gonna be really intense because gems are on the line. With this new Halloween skin, they could get all the skins that they need.
Exactly. I mean, gems can also get you the rumble boxes, and rumble boxes in turn can get you heroes.
Yes,
So
or passive.
Yes, I remember having to open 20 rumble boxes before I got my Sindri passive.
And that was
I got every other passive before that,
but not Sindri.
but not Sindri.
So yes guys, so players will be playing in the payload escort map, and we are playing a best of 5. So first off, we're gonna be in Giga Cave for the first
That's
2
right.
games. Players will be on defense and then the attack on the second side as well, and then moving straight right to Burstock. Right, and Burstock will be also doing the same, and then if we are going to game number 5, we'll be finishing off with Clash.
Ooh, Clash.
I hope to see some Clash. I love Clash.
Yeah, I mean, Clash, one of the most unique game modes in this game. You don't push a payload, you don't just hunt for kills, you have to get kills and be strategic about your team comp as well.
And survive.
And survive!
Yeah, it's not like
yes.
team deathmatch where you get the respawn, right? You have to survive the match. If not, it's not gonna.
Yeah, exactly.
make
You could knock the opponent team down to 1 player, and that 1 player could just wipe out your entire team. Believe me, I had that happen before. I've lost so many matches because of that. Oh, it's painful.
Yep, it's all about team composition right here, and this is something really interesting about T3 Arena is there's no meta hero. Yes, there are stronger heroes in the roster, but however in the tournament setting, it's all about team composition and team play. I think you got a lot to say about this.
Yes, of course. As in the white words of Changcha, there are no meta heroes. There is only good teamwork and good individual skill. Sign up, just come into our Discord and receive the words of wisdom from all the players who have been playing for so long and know what's up.
Yeah, if you
Yes.
guys are looking for a community to play with, do join the T3 Arena T3 Arena Discord. That's where everyone is at. The dev is really interactive right there. Even
right.
though in chat you guys could see the developers are always so engaging with people. And if you guys are interested in more tournaments like that, do join and follow T3 Legends Asia. Right, they are the Asian community where they bring all this tournament to you guys. So without these people, this tournament would not be possible.
That's right. Can we have heart shapes in the chat for our devs? Just send it
Heart
down
shape.
below. Heart shapes. Either your chat's either here or there. I don't know. YouTube's weird. YouTube's weird. It's alright.
It's alright, right? That's all that matters. But ladies and gentlemen, off we go. It's gonna be Team Phoenix going against Team MST. And this is gonna be tight because we are down to our last semi-finals for today. And let's just see what are the draft picks from both of the teams.
Alright, let's take a look. Gone coming into Giga Cave Mine, the map we have a love-hate relationship with.
So what are you expecting, right? We see lots of tanks coming in.
Oh, that's a lot of tanks.
Whoa. Okay, walk us through this.
Alright, now looking at MST, Phoenix is gonna have a pretty hard time, especially with Sui. Suioko, we're just calling Sui, alright?
Sweet, yeah.
Yeah, Sui on that Aleta will have a pretty rough time trying to burst these tanks down. Because they're tanks, and Aleta has only so much ammo in her clip. Alright, she's going with the Holo Burst, which will give her a little bit more ammo as well, so we might see probably something will happen. Yeah, but on the side of Team Phoenix, we have the usual Hunter and Ford holding down the front line, while Suiko just goes into the back line and tries to wreak as much havoc as he can.
Yeah, you guys could see, right? Phoenix is on the attack right now, and we usually see a lot of tanks when you're attacking. But on the defender side, you know, you're always looking for DPSs to burst them down. But however, we are seeing 3 tanks in the mix right here from the defending side. This is a really interesting strategy moving forward, and I don't know what to expect, but off we go, ladies and gentlemen. We are off to Gigamites.
Alright, let's see what they've got. Alright, so as usual with 3 tanks, you can afford to have a really close quarters defense, as we're going to see right here. Kumo already taking down Rue. That's a tank! That was the first 5 seconds of the match, and already a squishy Hunter is being taken out of the equation.
Yup, and that is what Victor specializes in, right? With
That's
those
right.
shotguns in his hand, he dashes straight right in, stuns the DPS and just take them out ASAP. But right here, you know, they have to sustain a little bit more against this opponent. They have Ford in the mix as well, right? But there's Suiko on the side. He's just pushing in onto the back line and take this tank out. And I believe Aleta will be the key hero that they are looking for.
Yeah, I mean, these tanks have really huge hitboxes, and they also have like really high health. So Aleta with the unlimited ammo during her follow burst will be able to do a significant amount of damage to them. But that is if she can get there in the first place. Victor coming in with the dash. Oh, okay, he just fell. Ford again. It's look at the amount of damage he's doing. He's already 3-1 in the first minute of the match.
Yeah, I mean,
As a tank.
Ford is just really flexible, right? We have seen, you know, he's a high damage dealer. He is a tank. He has defensive capability as well. But right here, going up against Aleta, I'm not sure if he could survive that. But immediately Suiko gets, or even Rui gets that final shot onto that Ford right there. As right here, Rui is just putting on the pressure onto it, but gets that deflect on from the from Toyomu, and just immediately taking down one of the unit in the process. But right here, Suiko is going on the push as well. Victor unable to get the range that he needs, as Suiko takes him straight right down as you're moving straight right to the Fort.
Yeah, that's one of Victor's weaknesses. If he can't get close, he can't really do as much damage as he actually can. So Aleta with the gap opening capabilities that he has, he's just going to be able to make quick work of it.
Yep, I believe right there, you know, Ford immediately pop his ultimate and just, you know, sucking everyone straight right behind, but he's unable to capitalize off that as well. Ryu with that Hunter is just doing so much damage and just melting them down. The only way the only champion or hero that they have to play around is definitely going to be that Victor. Have, you know, a little bit of distance between you and him, and that's where you could really bully that Victor and not allowing him to do too much.
Well, speaking about bullying, Soa over here coming up with a double kill on Victor. Look, 5-3, and look at Momocha, the other Fort, 5-2. Who is the DPS? Who is the DPS? I mean, it's gonna be looking like Victor, right? It's gonna be looking like Ford right now, and that's kind of something that the team MSC needs, because Ford is probably the only one that can do long range damage at this point, since Jabali is a close range character, like Victor is as well.
Yep, so I mean, all they have to do is just maintain their distance, right? Take them out before, and I believe this is what exactly they're doing. But, you know, Tomu immediately popping his ultimate, trying to reflect a little bit of damage right there, but unable to get it anyone else other than Sueko. And I believe this is going to be an easy push right here for Team PX, right? Immediately getting the fort out, being sucked up, and there we have, clearing the first checkpoint, and they are moving straight right to checkpoint number 2.
I wouldn't really say they're being outmaneuvered right here, but kind of slowly looks like they are getting their positions taken away from them. Like with 3 tanks, you really want to put like as many bodies on the point as you possibly can. But somehow, Team Phoenix are finding the gaps in their armor. Like Sueko just going in between them, even though they're shield dancing, like back and forth through the shield. Suiko's just somehow managing to get the shots landing on it. Like, just look at that.
Yep, Suiko right here doing his maneuver, trying to outclass that Victor, but immediately being gunned down by Kumo. And you know, that is the problem with close range, right? You don't really want to be really close against a Victor. And right here, Ryu is just trying to go for the push. Right now, we are on to phase 2. This is gonna be an open area map where there's so much space for this DPS to maneuver around.
Yeah, you're gonna be looking a little bit attacker side right now, but yeah, just look at that. Hunter already taken down 2, leaving Tiomu all alone on the point. And with only the Disruptor Shield, we can't really see the Tempest Storm, the Tempest Arc just coming right in. So we don't have the burst damage capability that Jabali will usually have.
Yep, you're exactly right. And there you have, Victor going in for the big run that he is looking for, running around the map. But however, losing his fort in the process. But Momocha is really low right here. Could he sustain against the rest of the team as he gains up his armor that he he just heals right up with his armor.
Black Hole already coming up from Momocha, so probably gonna see it right here, right now. Kyomo's already sucked in, and then he's gonna be sucked out of existence.
That's gonna be an easy push right here for PX, right? Taking it one by one. But Kumo though takes out Ryu, but unable to survive a little bit longer. But Suiko pushing the payload all by himself. One Aleta going up against 210. Could he survive this onslaught? That this is gonna be shooting him down. With Jabali with those electric guns, it's gonna be an easy target to take out Suiko. But immediately moving straight right toward the Victor and not allowing him to do too much. Suiko though really low on health, managed to pop right up, but Ryu gets Kumo out of back to respawn, and right here Momocha is just going in, right, putting in so much damage with his grenades.
Now I really love the positioning coming out from King Phoenix, and just keeping like the optimal distance to do enough damage, and also avoid the burst damage coming in from the tanks. Like, okay, never mind.
Yep, and that's a 2-for-1 trade right here for Team PX, and immediately getting that push that they need, closing the game and taking home game number 1 for themselves.
Yeah, this goes to show that you may have the bulk, you may have the shields, but if you have enough firepower to just tear down those shields, that's enough. Like, you don't really need a lot of fancy strategies, you don't need like overwhelming ultimates to just mow it down. Good positioning, good like calculation of distance, and good team communications and teamwork is enough to win you the match.
Yep, I believe that's exactly what happened, right? And I like how they actually play with distance. They saw the weakness in that team composition that Team MST is holding, right? They are all short range heroes, right? You got your Jabali, you got your Victor, where they can't exactly do too much range. The only one is Fort, and as long as you take Fort out ASAP or out of the battle, all you have to do is just play the range game against the rest of the team.
And Jabali with the Disruptor Shield is actually pretty good against those like really fast hitters like Aleta and Hunter. But once that shield goes down, you do have another shield, but you don't really have like something to counter when everybody just starts to swarm in on you. Like once your shields are down. So I guess it's a give and take. It did do good against them, but Fort, with the amount of damage that he was able to deal, kind of was able to take down the Disruptor Shield and tank the damage for himself. Like, since as a tank he can take those hits. He can take those hits. So why not like give all the disruptors to him and just let Aleta and Hunter do the rest of the work?
Yeah, but I think the key points or the MVP right there is definitely going to be the Forts, right? Like he is doing so much. He's creating space. He's putting out damage. He's the whole package.
Fort on both sides. I think we might oops.
Hey, oops. You have to cover that up, my friend.
Alright, we might probably see another Fort yet again. Perhaps this is what, game number 6?
2.
I mean in total.
The 5th game of the night.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, the 5th game of the night. Will we see a 5th Fort? I mean,
or the 10th
it's gonna be the 10th Fort. I can't say it will be like, but if you put it the other way around, it will be a 4th, 5th.
Oh, Cupcake, I can't. Your jokes, I cannot. Okay, but
that's actually kind of another thing I like about T3 Arena is that like the games are so short they didn't even give you a forfeit button.
You don't need a forfeit.
You don't need a forfeit button. It's going to be over. Like if you're getting crushed, you just either fight through it or accept it.
Yeah.
Just don't forfeit.
But these games are just so fast paced, right? Like before you know it, the game is already finished. So
over.
like there are even other game modes like team deathmatch, capture the point, and payload race. Like it's so interactive where to the point whereby you have to you are constantly doing something. Right? Even though if you're on cooldown or you're on like death respawn cooldown, there's always something going through your mind, like how could I counter this? What is the best way to play against your opponent? Yes, your opponent have a hard counter against you. How are you gonna go around it?
And there's actually one thing in common from all the games I've seen so far. And that's, I think, something that everybody who plays T3 Arena, especially solo queue, can consider. Group up! Group up!
Yes.
Don't go in one by one. Group up.
Yeah, I mean, okay, so this is the thing about games that allow respawns, right?
Yes.
As long as you're moving together as a team, you always have the numbers advantage, or even equalizing the numbers advantage against your opponent.
That's right.
As long as you are one by one going up, or should we say staggering of kills or staggering respawn,
That's not going to be good.
it's not going to be good. But at the same time, being the one with the advantage, it is a strategy to actually stagger your opponent respawn as well.
That's
Right?
That's
Like,
right.
you know, they want to group up, but they are unable to do so because you're holding one guy behind.
Either that or they're probably just going to take longer to group up. And as we all know, T3 Arena is already so short in time.
Yep.
Like, cutting this amount of time that they have to fight by making them wait longer is just going to play to your advantage.
Yeah.
Unless you are in free for all, then yes, don't group up. Please don't.
Don't group up I mean, you could group up with a friend in free for all, take everyone else, and then take out each other.
I'm pretty sure that's illegal. But yes, if you kind of group up over there, then you can see some pretty interesting stuff, especially if you're playing Christina or a Jabali with the Temper Storm. You see everybody group up,
Let's
boom,
go.
and then everybody just like disappears. It's pretty interesting.
Yeah,
Very fun.
or you know, we could think a bit of some combination when it comes to ultimate as well. You know, you got your Fort ultimate where it sucks everyone in,
yes.
and then Jabali Tempest Storm could take them out, or even a Letta bomb, right? The decoy bomb would make a possible play as well.
Especially with what's that flying guy?
Kazama.
Yes, Kazama.
Yeah.
Especially with Kazama's orbital strike, where it's just if you manage to catch everybody into the black hole, an orbital strike coming straight down from the sky, you can't block that. It's pretty much over for you, and it's a real spectacle to watch.
Yeah, it's a bird, it's a plane. Nope,
It's Kazama.
it's Kazama.
It's Kazama.
And you're dead. And you're dead.
Or alternatively, but we don't even need ultimates. You just have Fort throwing the black hole.
Yep.
And Christina just from afar. You can't even see her. Just
Lop. Yeah, but I mean, there are so many possible combinations
That's
when it
right,
comes
that's
to
right.
team composition and things like that. So there's a lot of ways that you could play around, and if you guys are playing together as a team, that's where a lot of very interesting strategy could come out, right? You can play like what they did, MST did just now, right? Triple tank, like those are really interesting combination that we did, and I believe we managed to do some crazy composition ourselves as well.
Back in the day.
Yeah, like team deathmatch. It's not about clocking all 25 kills.
Yeah, just run the timer.
Run the timer. That's another way to win it, right? We call it the my best friend.
Yes.
Yeah,
we just sustained enough. I think we had a Sindri, a Jabali, and an Iris.
Yeah, Iris.
Yeah, we just had to get one kill.
One point
kill.
advantage. Right?
There was a 1 point advantage, and because I unlocked Sindri's drop pod, where we had the shield instead of the rage ball upgrade. So we just had to stand around the drop pod, survive, and wait for 5 minutes to be up.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many ways to play around games, right? Like the objective is to win the game.
That's right.
Have more kills than opponent, but not necessarily finishing it off.
And I think our teams are ready again. MST this time on the offense, while Team Phoenix will be defending.
Yep, let's just take a look once again. If you guys just join us, this is game number 2 of Team PX going up against Team MST, as Team PX is having that 1 point lead that they are could they continue having this lead as Team PX move right to the defensive position.
Alright, now let's take a look. Aleta coming in from Soa. Tiomu on that Hua Ling. Okay, Kumo with the fort. There we go.
Fort? That's
Yep.
our what?
Yep.
9th fort?
Nope, 10th.
10th
Momocha
fort?
on the fort. So now it's pretty much like a mirror composition except for the long range damage dealers. Or I rather say mid range damage dealers. Since Hua Ling is kind of better at like the mid to long range.
Yep, I like the choice of Hua Ling, right? But I'm not really sure if Hua Ling is the answer when it comes to attacking. right? Because you know you have to be away from your team. You can't exactly push the payload together as a team. But however, on the defending side, yes, the Hualing could make a little bit of difference.
Okay, with the infrared scan and good team communication, I guess you could say that putting Hualing like right around the center, where she's not too close but also not too far from the team, can actually give valuable information as well to where they are pushing. And her snare trap is good against Aleta, because once Aleta's caught in the snare trap, Aleta cannot dash. So that's an easy headshot if Teomu can hit that mark. And let's go, let's see it.
Yup, off we go, ladies and gentlemen. This is game number 2, and we are in Giga Mines right here. As MST is just dashing straight right to the left side of the map, immediately just trying to take them down on the high ground. But right here, is immediately PX Ryu going straight right down as well. 2 men down coming in from PX. I believe this is gonna be a good push coming in from MST. Momocha going straight right off back to respawn, as this is gonna be a 3-man push. No resistance coming in from MST.
I would like to point out how quickly the shield melted from Ford. Like the shield was there. It was there at the start, and then suddenly it's gone. So the firepower from Team Phoenix is there. It's just a matter of okay, never mind. The firepower's down.
Yeah, but
there we go.
Yeah, but I mean the fort was so low, right? Immediately, you know, Suiko might be able to get a little bit of pick right there as well. But Ryu immediately get hold of the payload, not allowing. But you know, their PX is just not allowing them to go for the push.
And there we go. Hollow Burst coming right. Oh, sorry, not the Hollow Burst. Just Aleta dashing in, doing her thing, and it proves that Aleta at close range is really devastating.
Yep, I mean, those headshot and those nimble hits, it's all pinchers, but it packs with a punch if everything lands. But right here, I believe they're just trying to get hold of the payload, and right here the red side already is holding onto the payload. But Hurricane going straight right in and getting 3 men out of PX, and this is gonna be a good push once again. This team kills is all MST needs to get this easy pushes.
You've talked about ultimate combinations just now. That was a stellar example of how 2 ultimates can be comboed together. They don't even need to be stacked on top of one another. Hualing just using the tornado to push one member away, or Kumo with the black hole sucking in the next one for the kill.
Yep, Momocha, going straight right down right there in the fight as well. Kumo suffering a little bit more, but immediately regenerating his shield back up. But Ryu and Suiko going straight right back to respawn. And this is gonna be yet another good push coming in. Momocha is all alone. And I believe, as what you said just now, going in alone might not be the best idea.
Yeah, they kind of have the group up right now as the push. They already got a payload, so 4 minutes of extra, and Momocha just fell from the sky. So I'm taking him out, and Momocha's dead body just fell down from the high ground.
Yup, and right here Momocha gets the respawn, but Ryu gets the KO onto the fort as well. No tanks for the offenser or the guy on the attacking side, and right there, that payload is on the stalemate right now as PX gets those space that they need, as Ryu gets that 1-on-1 duo but unable to get Aleta out of the fight.
Yeah, so I'm really going in deep. This is going to be a challenge between the decoy bomb and the hollow burst, but it seems that the hollow burst will be the one to take out the decoy bomb.
Yeah, those additional damage, additional attack speed coming in
unlimited
from
ammo, man.
Yeah, unlimited ammo is what it is looking for right there. And the fort bomb.
That was the black hole.
Yeah, not sucking in anyone as well, but Momocha going in on the push, trying to get Toyomu out of that side out of position, as Toyomu is really low. And right here, Suiko going in for the push, get Komu as well. Toyomu gets a KO. I believe Suiko gets the KO onto Ryu also, and that is a 2v1 situation right here for the Aleta from the attacker side, but unable to get out of there alive as the rest of PX zone him down and gets hold onto the payload. 2 minutes 45 more seconds on the clock. Could PX hold this through?
Yeah, with how aggressive PX is playing, you might think that they are the ones who are attacking. And right now on both sides, oh wait, sorry, that wasn't Hollow Burst. Both of them are using decoys. Lol. Okay, so the 2 Aletas are really putting in a lot of work, and that's not to discount the rest of the members as well, but I really think that if they want to be a little bit more effective, they have to hold these Aletas down.
Yep, Ryu gets the headshot onto Toyomu as well, as it's gonna be Aleta taking down, Suiko taking down his opposing Aleta off it as well. Kumo is all by himself.
That was a really nice double jump from this Aleta. Who's this? Oh, Suiko. Suiko had a double jump. She just cleared the entire gap. Passives are good, guys.
Yeah, passive are good and maneuvers is all you need to move around the map. A real, Toyomu on the bottom side, you know, trying to get a little bit of hit onto the high ground, but PX is just controlling the high ground right there. It's gonna be Kumo taking down Suiko, and it's gonna be a black hole right here, but Ryu taking, Toyomu taking out Ryu out of that process as well. Momocha all alone, unable to take that through. It's gonna be a 3-man push once again from MST.
Yep, here comes the break that they really so desperately needed. Like, Phoenix was holding them at that angle for so long. It was such an advantageous position. But now that they've broken through, I think the defenders will have a slightly harder time in doing so.
Yep, Kumo will go right down, but Ryu gets that 2 KO, 3 KO off the top as well. That's gonna be an easy triple kill coming in from PX Ryu, but they are really close to the end zone right now. 1 more minute on the clock. Could MST push this through to equalize the point against PX?
Every time I say something is going to be a little bit hard for them, they prove me wrong instantly. And here right now, going in with the flank, trying to take out Ryu, who's out of position, and there he goes.
Yep, Ryu getting back, you know, onto respawn as well, but Tsuyomu on the other side gets knocked out by Suiko. It's gonna be a fourth mirror right here on the top side, but Suiko to the rescue as Kumo is really, really low right here as Suiko finish it off, gets, however, Momo, however, gets KO by the Aletta as Ryu immediately gets the Aletta out of the fight as well. This is gonna be an even trade, but that is not what MST is looking for. Trades are good for PX, but not MST.
30 seconds left on the clock. MST really needs to group up to make this push happen. They've already taken down one of Ryu.
Yep, Suiko is really low right here as he's going in. Toyomu going down. Suiko targeting onto Kumo. Momocha going straight right down to Komu as well. As right here it's gonna be, you know, the Aletta going in for the push all by himself as the rest of PX coming in back from respawn and just putting on the pressure, creating so much space. 5 more seconds on the clock. Could PX hold this true or could MST take this on? 4 kills coming in from Suiko as well. As going in, pushing straight right down to Yomu, going straight right down and unable to do that final push that MST needs, and PX takes home round number 2.
There we go. That was such a tight match.
It was down to the final second, right?
Yeah, that was amazing. I guess that's the one of the first defenses that we've seen successful today. Yeah, and
no, I believe the previous round there was a clean defense.
Alright, yes,
yeah,
yes. Alright, yeah. I think this one of the closer defenses.
Like, you know, that was a really good push, right? Coming in from MST. They almost managed to close it off.
Close.
Yep, and what else is to say? Like, you know, it's just clean, but there's always so much trading instead of team kills coming in from MST, and that really bought PX a lot of time, and MST didn't have time to capitalize on that.
Phoenix love those. Like, since they're defending, like, trades, you know what? We'll take it, because trades are something that the attackers cannot afford. If they get trades, they will have like 1 or 2 members less to push the point, and 1 or 2 members left to push the point. It's just not going to be enough if you have 1 member, just even 1 member, even if it's a 3v1. If 1 member from the defenders are on the point, you can't push.
Yep.
You need to kill every single person before you can push. And I guess right down to the last push, Hualing probably went it a little bit too early because she was the first one to get picked out. And that kind of downward spiral, because that was a source of vision and reliable DPS, and not to mention the Hurricane as well, that was just taken out of the equation.
Yep. And without Hualing, there's so much things that they can't exactly do, not enough damage being pushed, and Aletta is just, you know, all around the map, right? She can't exactly put pressure in the front line. She's always in the back line of the front line.
That's right.
So without a Hualing, that really did push him back a lot. But Fort though, let's just take a look at the forts today. I think the forts are just on fire today.
10 forts.
10 forts.
Got 10 forts today.
And we might see our 12th one later on. Like, fort is just too strong.
Yeah, I mean, a mobile shield that doesn't impede you from attacking. That was one of the things that probably made Jabali a little bit weaker, in a sense that he doesn't have as much offensive capability long range.
Yes.
But Fort, he can put down the shield. He can tank. He has enough bulk. He has the damage. And it's not instant damage, it's damage over time.
Yep.
Like, okay, more like delayed damage.
I feel it's burst, right? Like,
yeah, it's
you know,
a delayed burst.
Delayed burst.
Yeah, so you can't really like efficiently heal those because you take the initial damage from the hit and then from the burst. So in a team fight where it's just really cluttered and messy, these little tiny bombs, can actually do so much.
Yep, and if they stack together times 5, if all 5 grenade hits, it's gonna be a pain.
Squishies are gonna have a hard time.
Yep.
And I guess that's why we're seeing so many DPS forts. 7-1.
7-1.
7-1. Oh, that's a nice thing.
Yep, so we are moving straight right to game number 3, and it's gonna be burst stock for and PX will be on the attacking side right here. And I believe there's nothing much to change. Don't change your composition that you are looking for.
But then again, this map is slightly different with the high ground on the just right in front of the attacker's door. Let's just see how they're gonna push up for this.
Yep.
Okay?
So I mean, this is a really interesting map, right? Off the top, as what we said previously, the first trope is already there. 2 forts locked in, 2 hunters locked in, 12 forts in today's matches so far. Stat says it all.
12 forts and a mirror matchup. Alright, but this time, just looking at the ultimates, it's slightly different. Suiko going for the Hollow Burst, while Soa is going for the Decoy Bomb.
Yep. And everything else is about the same. So I believe that's where the difference is at, right? The Hollow Burst is what makes the attacking side having a little bit more advantage, and the defender side have an additional out to escape with the decoy. And I think this is a really good composition coming in.
That's right, we're just gonna have to see. Decoy Bomb allows you to escape, while Hollow Burst allows you to just keep going. Just keep going.
Yep, machine gun on the letter non-stop. But this is a mirror match coming in bird stock right here, brow stock right here. And PX is on the push. Ladies and gentlemen, this is game point, match point for PX. If they manage to close this round, they will be moving straight right to the grand finals.
Alright, two players already on the top. And it seems that PX already is starting to breach the line, going for the back.
Yep, immediately, Aleta going straight right down from MST. Real a little bit low, but they are going in for the push. No one is touching onto the payload yet, but I believe PX is just making space for themselves. And Momocha immediately moving straight right to the payload to go for the push, but KB though takes that KO onto Real.
Yeah, that's kind of a really interesting strat, but it was just all for naught. That's a decoy bomb, that's not the real Aleta, but Momocha is just going to be pushing alone. But as we all know, a 1v3, no one is going to survive that.
Yep, no one is definitely gonna survive that, but the rest of the team coming into the rescue as well. Real takes out KB, take out the Aleta out of that fight as well, as rest of the team gather straight right, but Real though coming in from the entrance from the defender side, not allowing them to do anything. Suiko taking out Kumo out of that process, taking a little bit of health, gets that regen, right? But Real having a really good angle on that entrance from the rest of the team, but he's joining the rest of the team right there, as I believe this is going to be Aleta going up and trying to take down Real.
Yeah, so trying to go for the target. There you go, he takes on the Hunter. Probably it's a 1v1 against the Aletas again. We're not going to see that, as both decoy bombs do go off. But we're just going to see. This Soa is really going for the DPS. They really want to shut them down and make sure that Team MST doesn't have the damage that they need.
Yep, once again, PX is being pushed back right here. Real going straight right down to Soa, and it's gonna be a 2v3. And it's either they have to wait for Real to get the respawn, or they are just immediately going straight right out. I believe they are punching straight right out as Suiko trying to target Soa right there. But the decoy bomb immediately taking out Suio immediately as he comes out of respawn.
And there we go. Real also immediately gets sent back to the respawn room. So it's another trade, and as we've seen from the previous map, trades are good for the defenders. So what PX really needs right now is a full push.
Yep, they really need that full push, but Suiko going in on push, getting a Kumo that gets a return KO from KB as Real takes out KB out of the process as well. Real making so much space for the team, but no one is touching the payload yet, as Soa is on it all by himself, but immediately taking straight right out by Real as the payload is open, and Real is just pushing straight right to phase number 2 all by himself without the payload though.
He skipped the tutorial mode and went straight for the end goal. It's not a speed run, my boy, but Team Phoenix is going to be putting up a really great fight right here, as we already see 2 members down from the side of MST.
Yup, Aleta, Suiko going up against Kumo one-on-one, but Kumo is really low as Suiko gets that kill onto him as well, as the payload continues to move 13 more meters till the end and 0 seconds on the clock. We're down to overtime. Could PX close off this phase 1?
Soa going in, she has a decoy bomb, so that's going to probably be a nice little contest right here. as the team members for MST are going to be coming back. Black holes coming up!
Yup, MST is just trying to touch on the payload as what they can, but two men fall from MST's side as PX managed to get the checkpoint on OT as they're moving straight right to phase 2. 2 minutes and 20 seconds on the clock. Could they push this through?
That was a pretty clutch black hole coming out from Momocha. It potentially just won them that second point, but now they have to contest with this defense. Like MST, they're not really holding up. Like they're mounting a really forward defense, but it doesn't seem to be working out that well.
Yup, one kill after another coming in, but Rio going straight right down to MST as Suiko going in for the push, finding the Aletta, not allowing it to do too much of its thing, right? But right here, Momocha is really low, but he's only one holding on to the payload, but going straight right down to KB as Soa takes down Suiko as Ryu gets Soa and KB gets the kill onto Ryu. So that's a traits right there, right? Traits happening again and again and again as trait is not good in payload escort.
Yeah, that's like a team wipe. That's a team wipe. And now PX, they have to find another angle to come in because we already have Ryu on KB on the high ground, so that's not going to be something that you really want to play against.
But KB though losing the high ground immediately to Ryu, but Momo gets the push onto Kumo as well. 2 men down coming in from MST. PX is just taking advantage of the numbers right here. Soa going up Suiko one-on-one once again, but unable to do so, immediately backing out, and she's targeting onto the payload right now, but going in and contesting it, not allowing it to go any further.
I must say, every time I speak about the defense being hard to break, something happened. He did lose the high ground, and it seems that Phoenix are getting the space that they need. Just one player left, and that player is gone. Soa will fall to that charge shot. 13 meters on the payload with 30 seconds to go. I think they got this.
Could they get it? Could that letter come out in time? KB going in, trying to stop the payload and manage to contest it as well. Suiko going in for the push. KB is really low. KB going straight right down to Suiko. It's gonna be a 3v2 right here. Kumo really low as well as Aletta Real managed to get the final shot onto him. Aletta decoy bomb being pumped up by Soa, but unable to. I mean, it's just going in, trying to contest onto it as well. Gets the kill as well, but Hunter managed to come right back up, but immediately going straight right down to Momo as PX secure another round. It's gonna be 3-0 as they will be moving straight right to the grand finals.
That was such an intense defense. I must say, 1 meter, like, well, just looking at the distance just drop and drop and drop as the bodies just kept coming and falling and coming and falling. Then when we saw a 1 meter defense, it was a 1 meter defense. Soa nearly got it, but alas, KB just felt a little bit too early. Phoenix singled him out. They knew that the Hunter would be the one to deal, like, had the potential to do so much damage, and the speed boost from the grenades will make him even more elusive, even more hard to hit. So they found him out of position, away from fort shield, take him down. Found the fort, took it down, and that's when Soa respawned, and then.
I mean, this is where staggering matters, right?
That's
like, you know,
exactly
yes,
right.
they are contesting the payload, but they don't have enough firepower to 1v3 or even 2v3 their opponent.
That's right.
And they're staggering their death again and again. It's just a matter of time that, you know, PX managed to overwhelm their opponent where, you know, they can't stagger anymore, and the payload will just immediately move right through, and that is exactly what happened, and that's how PX closed the game right there.
Yeah, the defense was pretty strong at the start, not gonna lie. MST really ensuring that their sidelines were shut down. Like, even though they faced a difficult push, like right out of the gate, they somehow managed to recover, kept the payload in like an optimal position, and even pushed it into overtime. Like, I think that's one of the few overtime pushers that we've seen succeed.
Yep, definitely. So, I mean, that's all for our semifinals, right? With 2 semifinals have been concluded as we will be moving straight right to the 3rd place right there.
That's right.
And it's definitely gonna be Team Left going up against Team MST. So do not go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen, as we will be back with more T3 action, and the 3rd place will be happening later on. Are they going home with prizes? Are they going home empty-handed? It's all up to the game later on. My name is MoonBoy, he's Cupcake, as we'll be going for a short 10 minutes break, so do not go anywhere.
transform.
A new you.
The only thing left to do is transform.
Transform. Yeah. T3.
The only thing left to do is transform. Transform.
T3. Yeah, yeah. Don't stop.
The only thing left to do is transform.
We go up to the top, top. Come on, everybody, never stop, stop. We go up to the top, top. Come on, everybody, never go stop.
We go up to the top, top. Come on, everybody, never stop, stop. We go up to the top, top. Drop the beat. Let me give you one advice. Better put down no disguise.
to you. It's up to you, the life that you choose.
The life that you choose. It's up to you.
Where you at? Transform.
And now it's time for you to be reborn, cause the only thing left to do is transform.
A new you.
The only thing left to do is transform.
Transform. Yeah. T3.
The only thing left to do is transform. Transform.
T3. Yeah, yeah. Don't stop.
The only thing left to do is transform.
We go up to the top, top. Come on, everybody, never stop, stop. We go up to the top, top. Come on, everybody, never go stop.
We go up to the top, top. Come on, everybody, never stop, stop. We go up to the top, top. Drop the beat. Let me give you one advice. Better put down no disguise.
What's up, everyone?
Yo.
Welcome back to T3 Arena Legends Asia
That's
Season
right.
2. My name is MoonBoy. I'm joined by Cupcake, and we are moving straight right to our bronze match placement right here. How was your night?
My night, I've been drinking water. I've been drinking suspicious sauce. And I've been watching these amazing games, like these best of 5 series.
Yep.
Although they've all ended in 3-0, they were still pretty interesting and really intense to watch. We had Team Lam, Team Lev, Team MST, and Team PX. And right now we'll be looking at the bronze match of Team Lev versus Team MST.
Yep. So it's a very interesting, right? I mean, they did put a good fight, especially MST going up against Team PX just now. Team Levesh, on the other hand, I think they got outclassed by Team Lam. So but we'll see how it goes. So ladies and gentlemen, let's just not waste any more time right here. And it's gonna be Team Levesh going up against Team MST as we are moving straight right to the draft. Today we are playing a best of 5 for the bronze match. It's gonna be Payload Escort. First off, we're moving straight right to Burst Dog.
Alright, so Browse Dog, we all know and love this map. The first Payload Escort map that we've actually played, even before Payload Escort was an official mode in T3 Arena. And right now, just looking at it, Paling, Fort, Aleta, and Hunter. Are we gonna see anything else today?
I mean, yes, Paling is one of the better snipers right here, right? Like she has CC, she has recon. There's so much things to do. Fort, so much damage, so much tankiness as well. The only difference right here is the Aleta going up against the Hunter. What would make a difference?
Well, Hunter on the defense would be pretty sick because we have the vision that he provides, plus that amazing burst damage that he has.
Yep.
And also, Aleta on Yagulo, we've seen what Yagulo could do. Like, his Aleta is actually pretty spiffy. So he could easily take out KB and Tiomo if he gets his flanks right.
Yep.
But then again, this is T3 Arena. We have no idea what's going to happen. I guess we just have to wait for like 7 more seconds to see what happens.
Yup, and off we go, ladies and gentlemen. This is Brawl Stock, and this is our bronze match. Winner will be walking home with 100 T-Gems, and the loser will be walking home with nothing. So, you know, this is gonna be interesting as prizes are on the line right here, as players really want to walk home with these prizes.
Now the two DPS on the side of MST, KB and Tiomu already on the high ground, using the high ground advantage, and just look at that. 2 down.
Wow, I mean, immediately taking out 2 from the defender's side, and that is where MST would be able to get the push. But no one is on the payload yet right here. Tiomu going in for the one-on-one, going up against Yaguto. Yaguto is on the full health as well. It's going to be 2v1 against 1 Aleta. So much resources has been used to just take out 1 Aleta, but yet nothing is going through to Yaguto.
Yeah, that's kind of the kind of flank that we wanted to see, where Yaguto just causes so much disruption. He doesn't even need to get a kill. Because while putting everybody to come back and peel for the Hualing, they've actually created space. And look at that.
Yup, MSD got the Hualing trade, but however left Yaguto immediately taking down Tomu out in the process as well. As right here, right, it's 2v1 going up against Tyken. Tyken gets that kill onto that that mirror right there against Kumo, as team left is on the push on the payload.
Yep. You don't necessarily need to get kills, and okay, very nice maneuvers coming in from Taiken to really get that high ground, but Tiomu knows where he is. Look at that, the infrared scan, he's already revealed. Snare trap going down, that's a counter, and okay, a tornado, but it's not going anywhere. Tiomu has run out of resources.
Yep, and that is where Yaguto going in for the strike, but immediately falling straight right down to Tiomu right there, as Tiomu is just on the offense trying to take on Tyken. Tyken taking some cover from the payload itself, but Tyken just immediately going straight right to Tiomu, saying arrows to your face, eat that, and Tyken taking down KB out of that from the high ground, as well as right here left is going for a really good push as they have cleared phase 1 ASAP.
Look at that positioning and look at that precision. You don't really see this in pub plays, and this is why they are on the fight, like the 3rd place match. Like, they fought all this way, and it's really showing why they are here.
Yup, Tyken immediately going straight right down as well. It's gonna be a 2v2, but Tyken is getting the kill, getting killed by Komu right there as KB take out Yaguto. Yes, MST get a team kill right there, stopping the payload just for a little bit more as the rest of team left comes back from respawn.
Yeah, but right now we see Tiomu just popping these arrows right outside the spawn. The shield does go down immediately because the arrows do a lot of damage, and holding them right here might be a nice decision to make.
Yup, and there we have, you know, a 2-for-1 trade right here. MST is just taking home the numbers advantage, as team lefts get team wiped right in front of that payload, and I believe Tiomu literally did a lot of damage to provide, you know, so that the rest of the team could finish it off.
Yeah, KB with the nades. They know that Yagulo is there, so he's kind of trying to make sure that Yagulo doesn't really do anything silly. Meanwhile, Tiomu looks like she's in a little bit of a precarious situation.
Yup, and right here, Tiomu going straight right down to Tyken, but immediately 2 men down from team left. As you know, it's gonna be a 1-on-1 situation right here for Yaguto, but yet, you know, he's still hunting onto KB. Yes, 1 full mag or 1 full clip going straight right to KB as well, but unable to get that KO off it, as they are going straight right down. But Yaguto managed to take out KB in that fight, as right here the payload is moving and it's being pushed by just 1 man. As right here, Tyken is just going in on the push, trying to defend himself against 2 members coming in.
Oh, Black Hole!
Black Hole coming in from Tyken, managed to suck them straight right out, but unable to get any kills out of that fight. But Tiomu though, really low, being taken out by Tyken, as Tyken gets his HP straight right up, as right here left have a 3-man against 1 from MST. Can they get the push that they need to finish this off, as the payload is just moving with no obstruction?
Well, the only ultimate left on the table would be Tiomu's, but that was such a sick Black Hole coming up from Tyken. Caught 3, although the follow-up wasn't really there, it really prevented Tiomu from doing anything much, and here comes the tornado!
Yep, tornado getting caught and stunned. Aleta Yagudo has been stunned right there, but no one is taking him out. But Tyken though, getting killed out of that fight, but immediately getting that respawn as well, as Tyken trying to get a little bit of space against Kumo, as it's gonna be a 4th mirror once again on the high ground, but Tyken is just really low all by himself.
for these Taikians, Taikin and Taikian.
There's so many
Yeah.
time.
But what is not going to be many is the number of people left on this card. As look at that, 2 people already down, 1 being pushed into the sky.
Yep, Choomu though, really low,
Oh!
getting ticked out by Taikian right there, as only one in his way is that fort, and he couldn't make it in time.
Oh, he made
managed to
94!
make it in time!
94 centimeters! They're just 94 centimeters away with 14 seconds left to go, and oh!
Oh!
In Overwatch, we call this a C9.
No one managed to touch the payload in time, and there we have, ladies and gentlemen, Team Left taking home game number 1 again, Team MST.
That was pretty sick. The Aleta dashed straight onto the point, securing that last 10 centimeters. 10 centimeters! If Team MSC was just a tad bit faster or that they just made their way straight onto the point, I think they might have been able to prevent that backcap from happening. But I guess like they were more concerned about the positioning, and while that isn't wrong, I think nobody could have seen that Aleta coming, honestly.
Yep, but I think I like what Taikan did in that 1v2 against a Hualing and a Fort himself, right? Like, you know, he created so much space, pull out that black hole out of nowhere, but unable to get anyone, but managed to take out the Hualing after. You know, I think Hualing was a little bit greedy right there, trying to go to take out the Fort,
Definitely.
but he capitalized on that.
Tiomu was staggered, I would say. But the moment she went back, Tornado came straight out, sent Aleta straight into the air, but it really didn't manage to capitalize on that. Because the moment she was aiming to take a shot, immediately Hunter and Fort came to the rescue.
Right.
And just pushed the payload, pushed Hualing out of the way, and there really wasn't much that she could do afterwards.
And I think, you know, in phase number 2, MST didn't really exactly contest the payload as much. Right? Yes, they are getting kills left and right, but the payload though is constantly being pushed by someone from the veg, right? So that's where, you know, the payload managed to reach the final segment of phase 2, and until the very end, everyone was just too far away from the payload, and no one could make it in time to stop the payload from moving.
I mean, Lavage, even though they didn't really manage to get like as many kills as Team MST, but they did create space. And for pushing the payload, that's really important, space. If you're able to create the space, you can push the payload forward. Regardless of there being just 1 or 2 people, as long as you manage to clear the defenders away, you can push. But
you know, this is what it is, right? And we're moving straight right to game number 2, and MST will be rotating to the attacking side right here. Could they capitalize on this and, you know, get an additional point to equalize this against Team Left, or could Team Left move 1 step closer to that game point that they need? And looking at how both teams played out just now, I think it could be anyone's game.
Definitely. And as both teams are already ready, they're just gonna be hopping straight into the lobby. Team MST versus Team Leech. Lavage. With MST on the offense this time.
And it's gonna be, you know, interesting, right? We're going straight right to back to burst stop as well, so it's gonna be, I'm not, you know, expecting too much change in terms of the draft, so I'm expecting pretty much the same lineup. Exactly, that's what happened.
I mean, you guys already saw what these can do. I don't think I really need to explain it, but number 14! 14!
14! But I think something interesting right here is Tiomu, instead of sticking onto the Hualing, he switched himself into the Aleta as well. So we are seeing a lot of attacking side Aleta. You know, is it gonna be making as much space for the team?
I mean, both of them are using the Holo Burst, so I guess they're probably going in for like all-in dive instead of like a shoot, bomb and run. And look at that, now instead of Hunter, Taikian is on the Hualing.
So, you know, a lot of changes coming in as well. Hualing being from the defending side, there's lots of weird angle, there's really lots of nice high ground as well. We have seen this maneuver from the Fort, right, just covering the left side of the spawn, so not allowing them to, you know, pop out of there easily.
And there we go, 2 people up, 2 people caught, and they know not to go there. Just look at the amount of damage he does. And one interesting thing about P3 Arena is that when you deal damage, it appears right above the opponent's head. So that, in a sense, also gives vision.
and see, like, you know, if you're exactly dying out of that grenade, if it actually pops off. But right here, you know, Taiken just trying to take a little bit of angle, but Toyomu just making so much space for them as the payload already starts moving with no one contesting against the payload.
Yeah, they're really trying to take advantage of this high ground. Maybe they're going for a wipe instead, like, of a defense. But look at that, left already taking out Kyomu.
And Yaguro though going in for the 1v1 against KB, but unable to do so. But Taiken, Taiken, KB gets that kill off Taiken as well. As right here, KB is just holding on to the payload all by himself, but he's doing so much work with that 2 KO.
Yeah, the arrows really not finding the mark right there. If it did, that would have been devastating. It would probably actually be a 1-for-1 trade, but instead it was just a lot of space created for Team MST.
Yep, so much space, and they're just moving, and they're already clocking 50% into phase number 1 as Tyomu is just making so much space for the rest of the team. As right here, Yaguro going in for the push onto Komu as well. It gets that 2 KO, and that is it, right? It's gonna be a 2-for-1 trade right here for Team Left. It's gonna be Tyomu going up against Taiken, and Taiken, could he survive this?
Alright, no holo burst coming out from both sides as the decoy bomb does go in. Or is that the holo burst? Honestly, doesn't matter. Aleta Ultimate! Aleta Ultimate does stuff, but not enough stuff.
Yup, and there you have Team Left managed to get that team wipe and managed to defend it all by themselves. As right here, Taiken gets onto KB as well, and it's still gonna be a 3v1 on the payload all by themselves. As you know, Taiken just left a slither of hell, managed to get out of there alive, and she's still alive as of right now. As Kumo falls right down to Yaguro, but however, Taiken falls right down to Tyomu.
Now the payload will be slowly pushed back. As long as there's one person on the payload, like we see right here, KB is alone. KB is alone. And he is dead.
Yep, and right here, you know, Taiken is just doing in so much work protecting the payload and just not allowing to move, but Taiken going straight right down. 30 more seconds on the clock, 11 more meters for the payload to push. Yaguro going in, gets out Komu out as well. No tanks for this push. As that right here, Tomu is really low as Yaguro gets another kill off on his book also, as the rest of the team managed to just fall right into that payload. 15 more seconds. I believe this is going to be the final push that MST is going to be doing.
10 seconds and 15 meters. I'm really not sure whether they can make it on time. Kumo, he's just so close. He's so close, but he will fall back. Oh no, Tyomu with the Aleta touches the point right on time.
Yeah, but Yaguro though on the back line taking out Kumo. No thanks for them this push as well, as Tyomu falls right down to Taiken, as this is gonna be an easy cap right here as 2-0 to Team Left.
I think it was Team MST that won that. Oh yeah, Team
Left.
Left. Yeah! My bad, it's been a long day.
So I think that was a very good defense coming in.
It was really great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they found their targets. They really ensured that they separated the team. They really picked off the targets that they need to. They shut down the DPS as much as they could. But even though MST, like, they had the Hunter with the 1v2 just now. You saw that. It was a really nice clear to really push in the space. But they took advantage of the fact that the payload has been really pushed so far in. Like, it was really so deep in that the defenders had a really great advantageous position.
Right.
So they just utilized that, hunkered down, and sent Aleta to just pick off any stragglers who tried to come in to touch the payload. And there we go.
Yeah, but I actually like how Yaguto maneuver with the Aleta, right? He's always constantly on the back line. He's constantly flanking. He's constantly backstabbing their opponent.
That's right.
And that is what makes an Aleta so scary, right? Because the objective is in front, your eyes are zoned into the objective that you forgot that, you know, there's Aleta on your back line, and that's where Aleta really thrive in situations like that.
Yeah, and it's even better if you top it off with like the Holo Burst, where she just goes ham.
Yep.
Increase HP regeneration and unlimited ammo and slightly increased firing speed, like wee!
Yeah, so, you know, ladies and gentlemen, that concludes game number 2, as we will be moving on to game number 3 really fast right here. It's gonna be Team Left going up against Team MST, and Team Levesh right here is on game point. If they win this round, they will be walking home with 100 T-Gem and getting the 3rd place for tonight game.
Now hopping right on would be Giga Cave Mine. this map, the starters of the first 2 rounds. Right now we'll be seeing it. And alright, Fort's number 16!
Yeah, I mean, this composition we have been seeing a lot in Giga Cave Mine, right? Fort being one of the strongest tank in the game right here. Yagudo is really good on the Aleta. They would not let it go, but Aleta had making so much space for the rest of the team, right? And the sniper difference, what with this composition?
Taiken and Tachi. I mean, if the sidelines are long enough, Tachi will have the advantage because, well, it's a hit scan. You don't really have to worry about projectiles if Tachi can hit his shots. But, however, if you're just talking about the smoke that Tachi can produce,
Right.
Taiken can just see through it with the infrared scan if like the timing is right.
Yep.
So that might not really give Tachi the advantage that the smoke gives. So in that sense, if they manage to close in the gap, Taiken will have the advantage.
Right.
Because at least the closer you get towards the Osas, the less effective he is, and the more effective falling will be.
So ladies and gentlemen, off we go. This is match point for Team Left. Could they finish this run and bring the payload home and bring themselves 3rd place right here as Taiken going a one-on-one mirror against Kumo. It seems like Kumo might be struggling right there, but immediately the Aleta falls right down to a Aleta mirror as well. Yagudo doing so well with the maneuver, found that Osas on the top side. Could he get it and gets that 2 kills in his pocket, as right here it might be a good team wipe and they're pushing the payload on.
Yeah, Tachi holding that angle, but Yagudo just hopped right in. Aleta with the double jump, she can clear so many obstacles that normal heroes really can't. So that's really one thing you have to look out for.
Yep, Taiken though in a little bit of trouble. Taichi immediately takes him out of that fight. Taiken going straight right down as well to the Aleta, as right here MST managed to just recap the payload a little bit more with that fight himself. But you know, the Osas, however, the Aleta gets Yagudo out of that fight as well, as right here Team Lab have to regroup and get one good push together.
Yeah, so I really... okay. Fourth barrier just peeking through the corner and you just get some free damage on by Soa. What really nice observation right there, using the holo bomb to just run away after that.
Yup, and you know, MST just creating so much space and just not allowing Left to move anymore. But right here, Osas on the top side, being spotted out immediately as Yagudo going in for the push, gets Taichi out of that top of that high ground as well, as Yagudo falls right down to Kumo, as you know, Aleta managed to get it taken out of the fight as well. So it's still trades going in left and right coming forward, as right here Taiken going in for the push, and it gets a 1-1 trade against their opponent.
Yeah, if you have noticed, MST is regrouping and coming back to the point much faster than usual, and this is due to Osas's second ultimate, the teleporter. So just by placing the teleporter in the corner where the Left can't really reach, you're just giving the team a lot of time to just come back. And look at that, Soa found it.
Yeah,
Sorry, Yagudo found it.
Yep.
Found it.
I mean,
and Soa will fall.
finding this teleporter is just so crucial, right? So
Yes.
that you know they don't get this quick respawn and immediately getting 1-1 trade right there against in the fight. But however, Left is the one that you know didn't have an additional tank. Another teleporter being wiped out by Yaguto, and you know right here MSC have to go back to the point the old-fashioned way by walking.
He likes walking anyway, so he can fly. But then Taiken gets sent back to the base in a more fashionable way, like getting killed. And here we go, Aleta with on the backline, Soa doing so much damage. Look at that, the holobomb invisibility, just making use of that. And that's a really nice flank coming out from him.
Yup, and that is a good trade coming in for MST, as they are having the numbers advantage, you know, having the Osas taking picks on those angles, another teleporter being popped out by the Osas as well. I mean, they're just having so much movement flexibility coming in just with the Osas. But right here, Taiken though going in for the push from Yagudo onto the top side. Yagudo all by himself pushing into 2 men as they're going in 1-1 against the fort. Could he get this kill? Yes, he could, as the Osas is the second man in his target, but no, instead going straight right to the Aleta from MST, as just going in for the push. 1v1 right here. Yagudo is really low, and could this Aleta take advantage of that?
Yeah, Soa and Yagudo, we've seen these two Aletas, but then it turns into a 3v3 and Tachi will find Yagulo.
Yep, Team Left is not exactly having the opening that they are looking for. Taiken all by himself, but immediately going straight right down. 9 more seconds on the clock. This is not looking good for Team Left. We might go into a game number 4.
And MSG looks like he's about to take the point.
Ooh.
But just 0 seconds left on the clock. The teleporters proved a little bit too much, and the defense would be set.
Wow, and there we have, ladies and gentlemen, Team MST capping another point for themselves, and it's 2-1 in this 3rd place match. It's just so close.
It was amazing. Wait, who was the one that was attacking again?
Team Left.
Team Left.
Yeah.
Ah, yes. I mean, they really couldn't get out of there. With Osasa's teleporter just constantly putting MST back onto the map, back onto the map, back onto the map. We've talked about being straggled. We've talked about like not grouping up. But this teleporter just eliminates that worry,
right,
and allows you to just group up as fast as possible. Like, there you go. You've seen it. You've seen it. Usually people want Osas for the hyper beam, but at this high level of play, I think team movement and positioning is even more important. And having this teleporter instead of the hyper beam will prove to be really effective, as we have seen right here.
Yeah, why do you need additional damage when Osas himself is doing so much damage with his headshots, right?
That's right.
So, you know, giving him the new capability of having an ultimate with teleporter, that's just, you know, creating so much space, as what you said. And we've seen, right, they're just coming back to the point so fast. Like, who needs to walk when you can teleport?
And Yagulo, they're not to say that team MSC didn't know about it. Yagulo was out hunting for it.
Yep.
But the places where it was placed at
it's
was
really
just
awkward.
so sneaky.
Yeah.
I personally have used teleporters before, like where if my Osas uses them, and it's just really fun to like see where they end up.
Yeah.
Because sometimes it just ends up right outside your door. Like the teleporter doesn't go anywhere; it just goes one step further.
Yep. So ladies and gentlemen, off we go. Game number 4 is ready. It's gonna be Team Levash going against Team MST, and this is game number 4. Team Left really just need that one win to close off this whole series and get themselves to 3rd place. But MST though, they have to win 2 more rounds.
Yeah, MST. They're probably going to be able to bring this down to the Clash. We've never seen Clash yet, and we're going to see fort number 18.
So many fort! Yeah, but I think, you know, right here, Taichi is sticking on to the Osas, and Taiken though, you know, we're not seeing any teleporter action coming in from Team Left. So, you know, maybe they are a little bit more confident moving forward as a defender. So all they have to do is not allow the payload to reach the checkpoint. And could Team Left do that to close it off?
We will just have to see. Now, right now we've seen what Tachi could do with the sidelines that he has, but now that he's attacking, those sidelines will be slightly limited. And I have a feeling that Team Left will probably launch in-your-face defense. Like, look at that, he's already up there.
Yeah, I think he's just moving to the high ground.
Oh, yes.
But yeah, but Yagudo though, right? His only job is to hunt the Osas down and not allowing him to do any, like, you know, good angles or hold any good angles. But as what you said, Team Left is just putting the defense onto their faces right there and just placing themselves so near to the spawn.
Yeah, as long as they can find Tachi and prevent Soa from doing their stuff, I think Team Left might have this in the bag.
I mean, it's not easy to say as the game goes right on right here, as Taichi immediately falls right down, and the 2 men goes down to Team Left as well, as Kumo falls right there, and that's a team wipe immediately as the game starts, as they are nowhere close to that payload.
Yeah, as we've said just now, Tachi doesn't really have the sidelines that he usually would. So right now, things will be a little bit more trickier for him. Shots are fired. It's a 1v1 sniper duel. Bow versus gun. Who will win? Apparently Soa against Taiken.
Yep, and Soa managed to get Taiken out of that alive as well. But, you know, right here, Team Left, they are the defender. Falling down is not exactly what they're looking for. But, you know, MST is just going in for a really offensive push. Yagudo going in, trying to get out there. Gets Taichi, gets out Kumo as well. But Yagudo being caught out by Soa, as Soa is the lone man pushing the payload right here. As the rest of Team Left trying to hunt down Soa. Could they get him down?
I don't think so. He's running. He's running. Run, Soa, run! But as Soa is running, the point will be slipping. As nobody is pushing, Team Left is just launching a really solid defense right now.
Yep, you know, if Soa is missing, all they have to do is just zone down on Taichi, but Tai can get it as well. Kumo falls right down in the fight. 2v1, 1v1. Yaguro going up against Soa. Who is the one that could come out on top? If Soa gets this, the payload manages to move, and Soa gets Yaguro off with the headshot as well, as they are moving the payload forward. Taiken coming in, trying to stop the payload from moving, but Osa's Taichi on the back line is back in action.
Right now when Yaguro is down, Taichi would have the space to set up for his angles, and that's kind of showing because Left knows that the pressure is there, but it really doesn't matter since Yaguro is just going in ham.
Whoa! Big headshot coming in from Taichi as Taiken all alone. One tank all by himself. One tank wonder, could he protect himself, but unable to do it against Kumo, as I believe this is going to be an easy cap for checkpoint number 1. But no, the rest of the team is back here as well. Taiken, double headshot coming in and gets a 2-kill. Osas taking in a good angle onto the payload. Teleporter is placed right there as well as the rest of the team joins him, as could he get a good angle against Team Left.
And they're really using the payload to their advantage, but Taiken's shield goes down just right at time, and oh, that shot was just so close. Now you've seen what happens if Osas gets the sideline, gets the space that he needs, and now they really need to shut it down.
Yep, 2 men down coming in from Team Left. All that's left is that fort, but it's gonna be a team wipe by Team MST. 1 more minute on the clock, and they managed to push the payload past phase 1 as we're moving straight right to phase number 2.
The scary Osas. They know that the sidelines are dangerous. Now they're trying to play around it. Shields are probably going to help, but they can only last so long.
Yeah, but the good thing is, you know, Team Left manages to get that forward spawn before the spawn pushes back as well, as Yaguro going in for the push gets 2 kills.
Man.
And even though Taichi gets 1 on Taiken as well, but it's gonna be the Aleta fight once again, as right here this Aleta managed to get Taiken going out 1-on-1 against Yaguro. Both of them are 1. Could they get 1 bullet onto each other? But Yaguro finishing off with 1 bullet by himself.
So close. We've just seen one of the top 10 anime battles of all time. These two fellas just dashing straight back and forth, going into the backlines and ending up fighting each other.
Yep, Kumo health has been melted down right there as Yaguro finish it off, but there goes the Osas taking down Yaguro as well. Taichi taking a really good angle against Taiken, but unable to land those shots on him as well. As right here, Taiken though taking a high ground angle against 2 squishies is not going to be an easy, difficult task for Taiken.
So we're jumping in with the double jump and just diving straight into the back lines, but Taichi alone on the point. He's dead.
Yep, I mean, even Taiken is out of the fight as well, but right here, Aleta is going in for the push yet again, 1-on-1 against Yaguro, as this might be the push that they need. 2 minutes more. It's not going to be a difficult task for MST, as the rest of the team is here. Team Left, right here, Aleta going in for the push. Could he get Taiken? Yes, he could, as the Osas takes him down, as the rest of Yaguro coming in, trying to do a little bit of shenanigans all by himself. The spawns are staggering. It's going in for the push, as this Aleta man, as the Osas get the final shot onto that Yaguro as well, as the rest of the team from Team Left manages to get right down. It's 2v3 on the point. Could Team Left hold this true?
Osas finally getting the space that he wants, finally getting the space that he needs, and we've seen the effect of it, shot after shot. But he will be the one that gets shot down eventually.
No more backline suppressing fire right here from MST. Kumo is really low, and both of the attackers or even damage dealer is down. 1 minute more on the clock. MST is only left with close to 1 more push. Taichi going straight right down in the sniper wall against Taiken as well. Taiyen, the fort immediately melting straight right to the Aleta, as it's gonna be a 1-for-1 trade, as Taiken is really low right here. Soa going in for the push. Good Taiyen gets a hit onto Soa.
Oh,
it's a dodge. It's a joking battle right there. It's gonna be a 1-for-1 trade, as right here MSC is going in for the push. 41 more seconds, and there's only 5 more middle to push. Taichi as a sniper all by himself, he can't do much.
well, if you guys need dancing lessons, look for Taiken, as we've seen just how he sidestepped all those shots from Soa. Now Soa just being forced to retreat, but no, the sidestepping will not fall. It will not live up to its name, as the payload is pushed.
Yup, 1v2 right here. Taiken falls right down, and Team MST managed to cap it off, as we are equalizing its best of 5. And we will be seeing a clash, ladies and gentlemen, for the very first time.
Game 5! Game 5! Game 5! Can we get some hype in the chat, fellas? Let's get some hype in the chat. The first clash of the match.
First clash of the night.
First clash of the night.
Wow, Cake. To be honest, I don't know, man. I'm speechless.
I've seen so many anime battles just now.
I'm speechless.
Soa against Laguno. Soa against Yaguno. That's top 10 anime battle of all time.
The game is just so close.
It's so fast.
It's so fast.
So fast. And just now Taiken with the side steps against Soa. That was just beautiful. Like, we never expected Taiken to survive, but Taiken did. And replied with an arrow to the face.
But I mean, he did kill the Aleta, but he can't defend himself against the other players from the team.
That's true,
yes. Yeah, but that was a good maneuver from Taiken, right?
Definitely,
like, it's just pure understanding and mind games right there. Are you going to shoot here? Are you going to shoot there? Nope, you missed everything, and that's what juking is all about. And as a sniper, if you can't juke, you can't survive.
Exactly. I mean, I feel that it's one of the most essential skills to learn. At least jiggling. So like
strafing, right? They call it. Yeah.
Yeah. Usually works all the time, 50% of the time.
Yeah, I mean strafing is good, right? You constantly strafe in a gun game like that. Is that, you know, bullets can't exactly land on you, and they're messing around with their aim, and it's not easy to shoot someone who is strafing all the time.
Yeah, standing still is practically a death sentence.
Yeah.
So that's one thing you really don't want to do. But right now we're playing on Clash. And in Clash we all know if you lose, you keep your heroes.
Yep.
If you win, you lose those heroes.
Yep, it got banned. It gets banned.
And depending on the map, your team composition may change as well. So like for example, if you have maps like Brave Fort Kingdom and Penthouse Gallery, those maps have really long sight lines. So those would be really juicy for heroes like
snipers.
Like for example, we all saw Osas and Hua Ling. For some maps like Quenza del Pinata, like those are a little bit more open and have like jumps here and there.
Right.
So snipers, yes, they'll have a field day, but flankers, although the map is a little bit like more open, they have a lot more routes to choose from. And tanks will have a harder time predicting from where the angles they're coming in from. So I guess it will be pretty interesting to see how they'll draft it.
Yep, but I believe, you know, the map that we are going to see for this tiebreaker will be Penthouse Gallery. And this is the final match for the third place, ladies and gentlemen. We are down to game number 5, and we are playing on Clash at Penthouse Gallery. It's going to be Team Lavash going against Team MST, and we are down to the draft phase. And that's what Clash is all about, right? The drafts.
Exactly.
The drafts.
So you're either going to go home with gems or you're going to go home with a GG. So let's just see how this is going to pan out. Tachi on the Sindri, yes!
Yo, we are seeing a Sindri!
Yes!
Okay,
My man!
Okay, but left though,
Hey.
they're locking in all the premium.
Hey.
Oh, okay, it's a Shao.
Dang it.
But Shao is good, right? Shao is
Shao's
good.
good.
Yeah.
And for number 19, I guess.
Yeah, but however, on MST side, there's no fort, right? But however, if Team Left wins with this, you know, premium pick composition, they might be, you know, losing in terms of the pick department later into the game.
Both teams with that shell, and as we all know, shell can go invisible, has that really huge damage, really huge sustained damage. So it's really imperative that they know where the shell is. And alright, they're just coming up straight up. And as we saw, they're just fighting down the sideline. Arrows are flying, and they're just trying to pick each other off of these sidelines.
Yup, Team Left, they know that there's an Osa, so they have to be really careful about peeking, right? Immediately, one of the bullet, I believe landed onto Tai Kian, I think. Oh no, it went
Probably
to the
the
shield.
shield, yeah.
Yep, so, you know, but they have to be really careful of this Osas. But however, though, they have to be really careful of their backline as well, as the Shao, Taichi, is just camping at another position.
Yeah, I mean, another way to play would just be wait for the ring to close in, and that's where Team MSC will suffer. Because the closer it gets, the less effective Osas becomes.
Yep, and we're still waiting for one of the teams to commit to a play right here as Taiken with the Hua Ling trying to go for the push, trying to just straying some arrows through as the rings are closing right here. As the circle is closing, they force the players to meet right in the center.
Yeah, the shields are looking a little bit worse for the wear, but ain't gonna be much as okay, Shell coming in with the gravity, and there we go. 2 people already down from side of left.
Whoa! Big push coming in from the Shell. As what you're saying, right? If you're playing really passively behind, all you have to do is just sneak behind them and just take them out, right? They're just waiting and just anticipating what's in front, and that's what Shao did.
And oh, okay, that's going to be our first Ruby of the day.
Yeah.
I haven't seen Ruby in a while, but
Judex.
It seems that they'll be playing for a more. It
Offen-
feels like they're going to be playing for a
offensive?
more offensive kind
Yeah.
of play style. While meanwhile, MST they're still holding on to the same composition.
Yup, I mean Judex though, you know, having those flashbangs, and it's gonna be really bright, guys. So if if we ever pan into a flashbang, I'm sorry, I apologize in advance, because those flashbangs will be really blinding, especially for us, the viewers, as well. But off we go, ladies and gentlemen. This is game number 2 into the clash. This is a best of 5. The first team to reach 3 points will be taking the map for themselves and will be walking away with the third place placement.
Yeah, one thing about Ruby's shields is that they can be destroyed with a single fully charged shot from Osas. So that is something that MST really, that's something that Left really has to take care of.
Yup, Yagudo though, immediately going straight right in, saw the shell, but immediately taking down to 1/4 of health, but healing back up though, as right here Osas is just taking an angle, trying to wait for Team Left to be impatient with the picks.
Yeah, the laser pointer coming out from Shell will deal a serious amount of damage, as we've seen just now. So let's just see how Team MST will play around.
Yeah, but we can't discount the fact that, you know, Judex is kind of like a pseudo sniper themselves as well. But there you have, you know, immediately Osas going in for the push, trying to just get those shields out of the way. Rings are closing in about 1 minute time.
Yeah, they're really playing with the timer right now, because the longer the time goes, the smaller the ring becomes. And oh, okay, here comes the Hyper Beam. Here comes the Hyper Beam. Yagudo looking pretty low. I think he can escape this.
Yup, Yagudo just baiting every single shot, juking it out. But first kill of the day, going straight right to that Judex, taking out the Shao out of that fight. As right here, Kumo is just retreating together with that Osas.
Oh, Soa with a close range shot to the face.
Big headshot going straight right to Yagudo, as the rest of the team have to be really careful of the Osas right now. No backlines offense for them, as they have to fight this head on. As right here, Team MST is just moving straight right to their faces and taking the fight to them.
That's one thing about Osas' passive is that he can identify where the nearest threats are if they're close to him. And using that is similar to pseudo wall hacks. Like, they knew that they were there, so he knew where to shoot.
Oh, there we have it. Oh, big flash coming in from the Judex, and they're going in. Osas taking right out by the Ruby as well. It's a 2v1 against 1. Jubali all by himself, and there we have, ladies and gentlemen, Team Left taking home game number 2, and it's still it's 2-0 as we're moving straight right to match point, game point, third place point. Wait, that's it?
Yeah, that's it.
Ah!
That's it.
I thought it's best of 3. It's best of 3.
Best of 3.
Okay, it's not best of 5.
But it's alright. we managed to catch a flash.
Ah, we caught a flash, guys.
That was good enough.
Never get flashed by Judex.
Think fast, chocolate nuts.
So there you have, ladies and gentlemen, Team Left taking home the win. 3-2 in this best of 5, and they will be walking home with 100 T-Gems. So big congratulations to them for taking on third place. But you know, we can't discount the fact that Team MST did bring the fight to Team Left.
The final 2 matches at Giga Cave was just intense. The anime battles that happened, the shots when Osas finally popped off, it was just so interesting to watch. And we will see fort number 21 and 22. Tune in later to find out.
So yes, guys, so do not go anywhere. That concludes the third placement, as we will be coming back with the grand finals. It's gonna be Team PX going up against Team Lamb. So it's gonna be neck to neck, right? Both teams are really strong right here, so do not go anywhere, as we will be right back. My name is MoonBoy, his Cupcake, as we will be right back with the grand finals later on.
left to do is transform.
A new you.
The only thing left to do is transform.
Transform. Yeah. T3.
The only thing left to do is transform. Transform.
T3. Yeah, yeah, don't stop.
The only thing left to do is transform.
We go up to the top, top. Come on, everybody, never stop, stop. We go up to the top, top. Come on, everybody, never go stop.
We go up to the top, top. Come on, everybody, never stop, stop. We go up to the top, top. Drop the beat. Let me give you one advice. Better put down no disguise.
come true.
It's the life that you choose. It's up to you.
Where you at? Transform.
And now it's time for you to be reborn. Cause the only thing left to do is transform.
A new you.
The only thing left to do is transform.
Transform. Yeah. T3.
The only thing left to do is transform. Transform.
T3. Yeah, don't stop.
The only thing left to do is transform.
We go up to the top, top. Come on, everybody, never stop. We go up to the top, top. Come on, everybody, never go stop.
We go up to the top, top. Come on, everybody, never stop. We go up to the top, top.
Drop the beat.
Let me give you one advice. Better put down no disguise.
And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to T3 Legends Asia Season 2. My name is MoonBoy. I'm joined by Cupcake, and we are down to the grand finals. Ladies and gentlemen, what can we expect tonight?
Well, we've seen just now between Lev and MST, they brought it all the way to game 5,
Yeah.
bringing our first clash game of the night. So, Lamb versus PX. Will we be able to see a clash again? We're definitely going to see Fort. That one we don't have to worry. But will we be able to see a clash? Will we be able to see a 2-on-2? We just have to wait to find out.
Yeah, so previously, both Team Lamb and Team PX won their game 3-0. So we already know that they are really dominating teams to begin with. So it's down to this final match. Who is gonna come up victorious? Who is gonna be walking home with 1,000 T gems? And the loser, the second place, will be walking home with 600 T gems as a consolation prize. We will be playing it on Payload Escort tonight, and we are starting off with Giga Cave Mine.
That's right, we've seen Giga Cave Mine. How these sidelines were actually activated could give Osas and Hualing a lot of space. And we've seen how Aletas just zipped back and forth, doing anime battles on the side. just bringing in so much content and so much stuff for you viewers to watch at home.
Yeah, I mean, we did pick up a lot of learning points, right? Especially in the tournament so far, and we're down to our final game, and this is gonna be, I would say, the highest of the highest level that we can expect of this tournament. So ladies and gentlemen, this is it, right? Team Lamb going up against Team PX. This is our grand finals, best of 5, payload escort. Who is gonna come up on top?
Well, for all I know, is that the winning team will have a fort.
And Atlanta.
I'm just gonna say that. The winning team's gonna have a fort.
You're exactly right, but
Yay!
Team Lamb immediately locks in, you know, the fort, Jabali and a Hualing. But however, on the other side, it's gonna be a Hunter, a Letta, and a, well, we guess, fort as well.
Is what, fort 24?
Fort 14, 24.
Fort teams 24.
So yes, so the only difference right here is the Jabali and Hualing going against Hunter and Aletta in this variation of matchup as well. But 2 tanks on the attack. We saw Team Lamb with this lineup previously. Would this work again?
Yeah, we're just gonna see how Emma and Raigo really deals with the flanks coming in from Suiko. Because Liu will just be left alone.
Yep.
But Emma with the mobile shield, in contrast to Raigo's stationary fort shield, that might actually be the key in stopping Aletta's flanks from actually working out. But they also have to take into consideration that Ru will be shooting from the backlines as well. So on one end, PX has 2 directions of incoming damage.
Yep.
On the other end, Team Lam has really nice bulk. So we're just gonna see which wins. The unstoppable wall or the immovable force. Wait, what? The immovable wall or the unstoppable force?
Yes, exactly. So, however, I believe Suiko only have one objective, and his objective is to hunt down the Hualing as fast as possible. But immediately off the top, Lamb immediately just goes right into EMA, immediately goes right to the payload as well. But Suiko, Liu gets the first pick, first blood off to the Hunter as well. Second onto the Aletta. 2 kills coming in from Liu, and he's hunting for his third. But Momo manages to get it. But Liu though gets that 3 KO as they are going in for the push with after this team wipe.
Yeah, keep in mind that the payload also heals as well. So at this point, they're just playing a game of Protect the President. President being Madam Liu. And there we go, another kill being picked up. This time onto the Hunter. Liu taking out Ru. A potential.
Oh! 5 kills, ladies and gentlemen. Every single kill is locked on by Liu right now, and he is on the roll. There's no one that could stop him. 6 kills coming in, and this is such a epic lesson coming in from Liu as Suiko trying to stop the payload a little bit. 7 kills all by himself as the payload reaches the end of phase 1.
That did not take long. Liu is really brutal on this. He knows it's there. Takes another shot, and yeah, Emma will be there to just finish him off.
Wow, I mean, whoa, there's this overlay. Yeah, but real though, immediately falling straight right down to Raigo as Momo-cha's falls as well. So, you know, this is a really good opportunity for Team Lamb to go for a really perfect run, because right here, Team PX have no means to stop Team Lam at this point.
Yeah, Liu is just going ham. There's so much space given to him. Suiko! Suiko! Let Liu! Come on! Liu! 9 kills already with 0 deaths. Emma and Raigo are just pushing the point while Liu is just finding alternate angles. Taking another shot. I think this one's gonna hit though.
Liu, 10 kills all by himself, 0 death, and this is a KD that we are looking at right here. Suiko though, another target, but Emma managed to get Suiko out of that fight as well, as Momo-cha has no choice but to drop onto the payload, and that is suicidal for him, as right here the payload is just consistently moving as Liu gets that 1-on-1 to Ryu.
Oh my goodness! Liu! Hitbox nerf, what's that? I don't know. Liu doesn't care. Liu's just gonna chuck arrows into the air, and another one finds Suiko right in the back.
12-0 on the Hualing. This guy is unstoppable, ladies and gentlemen. So is the payload. Is moving at a consistent speed. 3 minutes on the clock. The payload is contested right now. Jabali popping in his ultimate as going in for the push. 2 KO coming in. Ryu is what's stopping them from the victory as well, as Liu managed to get the Hunter out with the 13k. And ladies and gentlemen, this is the fastest push that we've seen so far, as Lamb closes it off against Team PX.
Can you believe it? A Hualing just set to run free. Arrows loosed and loosed and loosed and loosed. I think more shots hit than they missed. That's something you don't really see every day. Like, goodness. And Leta's just flying towards his face. Hunter's trying to shoot him down. Liu doesn't care. Liu's just gonna chuck this arrow at you and you are going to go back to spawn.
I don't know what to say, Cake. I'm speechless as of right now. You have to really stop Liu from doing his thing, right? Those shots from the Hualing is just too deadly. And if they are not gonna do anything to stop it, I don't know what else could.
Yeah, I mean, like, for Hualing, it's not about shooting. It's really not about shooting onto the target. You have to lead the target. You have to shoot slightly off, away from the target in order for it to hit. And compared to just like hit scans like Skadi or Mark, you really have to like calculate where your shots are going to go.
Yep.
And if you're able to calculate it at that speed that Liu is doing, that's what you get. That's what you get.
Yeah, and
it's too fast.
The damage coming in from every single arrow is really devastating to take.
That's right.
Right? Like you could see, even though it's not a hit shot onto the Hunter, 3/4 of the health is away. Or even like, you know, he's left with like 2/10 of the health. Another arrow landing onto the Hunter would get a KO.
And it seems that Emma is going to be subbed out for Fuwa. Let's see, that kanji is ta.
Japanese name.
Ba. Fuwa ban.
Fuwa ban.
Or something like that. I'm just going Fuwa.
Yep, so Fuwa. EMA is being subbed out by Fuwa as PX right here. You know, I believe the rest of the team members are getting into the lobby as of right now. I don't know. Team Lamb just feels really strong, and I'm not sure how PX would get the push that they need. We saw Lamb have a really good or close to perfect you know, defense just now. Could PX push it through?
Only time will tell, as when PX is now on the offense, and we've seen 3 tanks going on to a defense previously. Or was it on offense? I can't remember, but we saw that didn't really work out. So maybe Team Lamb will be coming out with a different kind of strategy coming into this. Probably maybe a Diggy. Maybe a Diggy.
That will work, right?
But we're gonna see Fort.
Yeah, but there we have, you know, a double sniper composition coming in from Team Lamb. We have not seen this composition previously. You know, it's gonna be pretty interesting team. However, you know, yeah, PX, you know, we saw this composition just now, and it did work for them in the semi-finals. It didn't work for them in
like
the previous round as well. So hopefully this, you know, they managed to get some push, and they really have to take advantage of the fort. If not, the snipers are gonna take them down easy.
That's right. I mean, at this point, it's just Liu against Liu and Fuwa. Probably gonna take it in like separate angles since they are both like snipers, and snipers do really excel when the angles are kind of off. So Raigo just has to choose either to defend the payload or to defend one of the snipers. And I have a feeling Fuwa brought in the teleporter as well.
Yep.
So they're just going to be able to come back fast, as maybe even faster than Phoenix can keep them down. So we're just going to see whether Suiko can, like what he did the previous match, hunt down those teleporters and maybe hunt down the snipers as well.
So ladies and gentlemen, off we go. This is game number 2 right here, as you know, immediately Liu getting on so close. They're going in for the head-on offense right now, as I believe Ryu immediately falls right down to Raigo, getting that 2 KO as well. Momocha unable to get out of there alive, and Fuwa gets the headshot onto that fort.
Double sniper, but none of the shots were from Liu. It was just all from Raigo and Fuwa. They really know that Liu is a threat, so they're just trying to avoid her. But by avoiding Liu, you're just going to run into Fuwa and Raigo. Just look at that.
Yup, another, you know, it's a 1-for-1 trade right here. Liu, yes, he went down, but that was a good shot coming in from Suiko. Momocha, though, you know, he's coming back from the respawn, but he's really low immediately coming off that as well. Right now, Team Lamb is having a really dominant, you know, defense right now. Could they push this through? Ryu is inside of Osas, but immediately getting killed out by Ru as well. But Liu, though, coming in to clean up the house, and they are still defending the payload with their lives.
The Raigo onto the point while Liu, another shot to the face. Suiko is just going to have this haunt him in his nightmares for sure.
Wow, I mean, that's a good shot coming in as well, but immediately, you know, those Fort Shield are the one that's going to defend them, but they're unable to hold much longer as well. But Ryu versus Liu right here, and Ru is really low as he gets that kill onto the Hualing, but however, though, Suiko gets the kill off the Osas also. So this is the chance for PX to push. This is the only time they made space for themselves.
And both snipers already down. I think the teleporter is also down as well. Now Raigo is going to get staggered, but it doesn't really matter though since Nam is back. a decoy bomb coming out, so he's not really going to be able to get shot.
Yeah, those teleporters
Oh, they
are
found
indeed in place as well. But Rygo coming into the fray to join the fight. But it's gonna be a scramble. Liu falling straight right down to Momocha. But Momocha though
Ooh.
gets that trade off against Rygo as well. 2v2, but PX is left tankless at this point in time with Suiko so low.
Suiko really trying to get those teleporters, but they really ain't having it. They're just defending the teleporter with their lives because they really know the value of it.
Yep, I mean those quick respawns, you know, those quick teleporting to the point, especially when moving, you know, the payload is moving closer and closer to the defender side. That is where they could capitalize on these spaces. And right here, you know, Liu is just putting in so much pressure on Momocha as well, and getting some damage onto the Aleta. Suiko solo, but however, Fua falls right down to Momocha.
Oh, and it's gonna be Lamb picking up 2 kills. Wow, out of the blue, 3. Sorry. They just happened so fast, I didn't even see it.
Yeah, that's how fast this game is at, and this is, you know, high level T3 that we are talking about. Everyone is just so skilled, everyone is just so accurate, and you know, no one seems to be missing much shots.
And speaking of which, the teleporter is still alive, so Suiko is just gonna be trying to hunt them down again, and Liu will fall.
Yep, immediately
Oh.
falling straight right down. Osa's Real gets that 2 KO as well. Double snipers being down, gets that 3 kill, and this is the chance they are looking for. Take out the teleporter, but Liu though managed to spawn out just in time and just taking it out. 1 kill, but however gets that 1-1 trade, while the rest of the team slowly walks back up as the payload is moving closer to the end of phase 1.
A really nice timing there from Liu teleporting in with the spawn immunity. So giving him the immunity onto the battlefield, that's something really huge, especially if you're as accurate as Liu.
Yup, and there we have, you know, payload stop moving once again. Real on the back line manages to get 1 no, but the 2-man falls right down to Team Lamb as this 3v1 on the payload. 15 more seconds on the clock. Team PX only have 1 last play to go. Could they make this true?
Yeah, Suiko really needs to touch a point right now. I think he's the only one that can. But the smokes are up, and all the sidelines are being covered. There we go, Suiko's down. There you go, but they're touching. They're touching.
Yeah, they're touching it. Overtime timer is running there as well. Real,
Oh,
however, get
Liu.
knocks out. Suiko, the only one alive. Overtime is going straight right down as Team Lamb have yet another great defense. 2-0 against Team PX.
I must just say that nearly went into PX direction because they managed to take down the teleporter and prevent them from coming back. But Liu came back just right in time, and with spawn immunity to boot, and just managed to just cause enough trouble for them that another teleporter was able to be set down, and Team Lamb could just hold on again.
That was the point, right? Like,
That was the play.
That was the play. That was the play that turned the game around for Team Lamb. Coming back just before the teleporter get ruined, Hurricane straight right to Ru and just take him down, and that's where everything just steamrolled into Team Lamb's favor, and crazy.
Yep.
Crazy.
You know, usually you use the shields, you'll use the people to protect the players. Team Lamb, they use the shields, they use the players to protect the teleporter.
That's the value of the
exactly.
teleporter.
Prioritize your key, like your what do you call that? Your key focus.
Yeah.
Prioritize the key to helping you win.
Know what's your game plan. That's most
Exactly.
important. Like, you know, defending
Your win condition.
Yeah, your win condition, and that teleporter literally did every single work for Team Lamb right there. And we're moving straight right to game number 3. We are going to burst stop once again, or could this be the final time that we are moving to burst stop? Because this is going to be championship point for Team Lamb.
Well, whether they win or lose, I don't think this is the last time we'll see Fort. This isn't going to be the last we'll see of Fort.
This might be the last time we see Ford, because this might be the last game.
This might be the last Fort of the night. The last fortnight.
T3, if you are hearing this, do something about Ford. The value
but
of him is too high.
He's counterable. He's counterable.
Yup, so ladies and gentlemen, as the teams are ready, as we are moving straight right to game number 3, this is match point, championship point
Possibly.
for Team Lamb. Team Lamb leading it 2-0 in this best of 5 series against Team Phoenix. Could Team Phoenix turn this around?
Well, let's see. Hopping into Bar Street, it's Browse Dog, the first map of Payload Escort that we have played before Payload Escort became a thing.
Yup. And
Fourth, there we go.
Yep, immediately, you know,
Number 28.
Team Lamb sticking to the team composition that they were previously running, right? Double tanks into the Hunter. They have been running this the whole night as well. But on the other hand, Team PX, right? They're sticking to what they know best. Like, this is their game plan. They're going in for a DPS focused play. But we've seen, like, you know, this composition coming in from Team Lamb being really strong as well.
Now, Team Lamb using their double tank push again, but this time instead of a Hua Ling, it's going to be Hunter. And this kind of makes sense because at the start of the map, you don't really have as many sightlines as you would have in Giga Cave.
Yep.
So having Hunter to provide the vision, to know which angle they're coming in from, I think that will be that's going to be pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, this map is pretty big, right?
Yeah.
So these recons are all information that they need so that the tank could prepare themselves for the fight. But off we go, ladies and gentlemen. This is the start of game number 3 right here. And it's going to be Team Lamb against Team PX with Team Lamb on the push on the blue side.
As we've seen again, Emma all alone on the point this time. So now they're focusing Emma down. They know their strategy. Getting rid of Emma just opens up the space for them. And Suiko looking pretty low there.
Yep, and you know, Ryu going in for the backline as well, trying to go for the sweep, but Raigo immediately falling straight right down. Is this the fall of Team Lamb that, you know, we are expecting, like, or we are waiting to see, as EMA immediately moving straight right to the payload as well. But Ryu though immediately taking him straight right out. So it's gonna be a 1v1 right here with the fort on the top side and on the high ground, as right here Suiko just trying to get Ing down. But Ing managed to get the shot onto Suiko, and all that's left is that fort standing in their way on the high grounds.
And the Holo Burst just wasn't enough to take him down, although he was down to a sliver of health. Here comes the charge shot. Okay, it doesn't really get anywhere.
I mean, gets a little bit of damage through into,
I guess.
you know, but it's not exactly doing too much. But right here, PX is just capitalizing on the high ground. Momocha being forced to go right down as well, as the ultimate is popped by Emma.
Alright, the Disruptor Shield is going to stop the Holo Burst boosted Atlanta from doing anything, but Ing will fall anyway.
Yeah, but Ing though, you know, falling there, they are losing a lot of damage, and Momo-chan immediately taking out Emma as PX managed to get hold of the positioning once again, or get hold of the payload once again against Team Lamb.
Now, it seems that Team Phoenix has really understood Team Lamb's strategy, and they're going to be playing along with it and not really allowing them the space to do the things they want to do. But just as I said, that Rue will fall to Raigo, and that's going to be putting a little chink in their plans.
Yup, and Emma is really low right here as he comes out of spawn, but he gets that kill off Suiko. But Emma will be the main target right here, but the payload is still moving, ladies and gentlemen, as Momocha trying to stop the payload against Raigao. But Ing though managed to take him off. It's gonna be against what's left is gonna be Real, but unable to protect himself against that, as this will be another push for Team Lamb.
Oh, I love that. I like that recon grenade. They know that Suiko's coming in, but okay, the Holo Burst coming up, trying to take this 1v1, 1v3 potentially. Not really doing much though, as Ying, he's looking so low. There he goes!
But you know, he will get traded out in the process as well. But right here, Suiko gets a 2KO. Emma is what's left against them as he pops his ultimate. But however, the payload finished phase 1 immediately. And you know, they are going to have a forward spawn as the fort goes down to Emma as well. As you know, right here, falling down is okay.
Yeah, they kind of used up a lot of resources over there. Like Momocha's, what do you call that, black hole is already gone. So they kind of have to play around that, as Raigal's black hole does seem to be coming up a little bit earlier than what Momocha's would have.
Yup, and right here, you know, Team Lamb trying to regroup and try to get that push once again, as is contested by a sneaky Suiko just hiding behind the payload. But Emma though immediately managed to catch him off. But Ryu is just bumping into Suiko left and right. But Ing unable to get that Suiko, as the Suiko is just running havoc right now, and they have to take advantage of Suiko.
Yeah, Suiko really utilizing the Holo Burst just to take down Ing, because once they know Ing is down, their main DPS will not be able to function, and since there are 2 tanks, they won't really have enough damage to take them down either way.
Yep, 2 more minutes on the clock coming in, and Team Lamb have to regroup. They are staggering their death right now, and this is not exactly what they want. If they want to close off this series, they have to win this round.
Alright, right now you're going to see another fight being popped off. Emma looking pretty low. It's a 2v1 situation, and he will fall. So, as we said before, For attackers, if your spawn times are getting staggered, that's not going to be good for you. And 2 down on the side of Lamb already.
Yup, and Suiko just creating so much space, creating so much havoc for the team, and he's just doing such a good job, right? 5-3 KD just didn't justify the amount of job or the amount of things that he's doing against his opponent, but Raigo is just trying to get to the payload and just get the push. Momocha really low, look in a little bit of a danger right now, but immediately gets the team gets wiped once again by Team PX.
Yeah, both black holes used to varying successabilities. Successes, not successabilities, what am I saying? Success abilities, yes. But it doesn't seem that PX is going to be taking this down though, as they're just going ham on the Team Lamb right now.
Yeah, Team Lamb is not getting at the momentum that they need. They're constantly being taken out one by PX, as PX is just having such a good control. The fort, they're just holding the fort on the payload.
Yeah, fort holding the fort, that's what we like to see! But now Team Lamb just having the chance to regroup, only 35 seconds left. Suiko getting found around the corner though.
Yup, Team Lamb is only left with one more play, right? One more play and they can't lose the push anymore. So, this is gonna be pressure going in Team Lamb as well. But immediately Jabali falling straight right down, and Ying though falling, getting killed by Momo. That's not exactly where you want to be. Raigao is so low right now and he can't exactly push the payload all by himself. Emma, a lone man on the payload, trying to push it through as the countdown goes to overtime. Could they make this magic happen?
Ying is down, they are going to be pushing into overtime, but 2 black holes coming up. Momo getting 2. The last one left on the point is Emma. Emma Shields going down, and that's going to be him out of the count. And that's going to be Lam losing this round.
Yeah, so we are going into game number 4 right here, and Team PX literally brought the fight and tried to equalize that, and we saw Team Lamb was literally pinned down the whole game.
That was just amazing. Team Lamb's strategy kind of got figured out already, having Emma push the point while the rest just shoots from varying angles. And I guess they prioritized Emma's initial push, because the previous times Emma could just push all the way. And because Emma could get the distance, then they had to fall back, give up ground, and that ground would be overtaken by Team Lamb and they will use it to their advantage. But this time Team Phoenix, they recognized that, they took out Emma. They didn't really give as much ground as they would have. And at the final point, they really put on a really solid defense. Like Team Lam just wasn't able to break through. There was no high ground for them to take advantage of. Every attempt that they had to break through was just thwarted by either the Aletta or by the fort.
Yeah, I feel that there's too much damage for them to deal with, right?
Definitely.
Aletta is just so annoying, just backstabbing you all the time, and then when you're turning around, the hunter just gets you out. Right, it literally had the whole package right there, and I believe Team Lam was a little bit outplayed right there.
Yeah,
but
right.
We'll see, right? We're moving straight right to game number 4. Could Team PX push this through and equalize this, and we might see our second clash for the night?
Yeah, it's gonna be PX on the offense. This time with Team Lam putting up a defense. We might see a double sniper defense yet again, the Baling and the Osa, since this one, although there aren't really that many sidelines, it's still pretty doable. I mean, Fort's gonna come out, definitely.
Yep, and I believe right here Team Lam had a substitution, and it gets Fuwa is back, and there's gonna be a double sniper lineup right here once again, while PX sticks to what they know and know best. And this particular composition, we have seen it fall, we have seen it win. So we'll see if this could work against this double sniper composition once again.
Yeah, Suiko is going to have the tough job of finding the teleporter, finding the sniper, and finding the bow. So if Suiko is able to do all of that, I really think that they might have a chance. But there's going to be a tall order, and Ru will be able to also do some nice damage from the front. And if Raiga isn't able to sustain all the way, and that's where Liu and Hua might suffer as well. But then again, they know their win conditions. We probably might see another teleporter defense, so who knows?
Yeah, but I mean, we're seeing Team Lam right here, right? They're going on the offense. They're so offensive, and Fort for the first time is not exactly on the left side of the map as well.
Yeah, it's Liu.
Yep, so right here, they're just playing it really differently, as Ryu immediately runs straight right to the payload, as right here Liu. Hopefully we get to see Liu's magic once again in this matchup.
Yeah, they know that they're coming in from the left side. So they immediately backed off into that room, a really nice tactical play, possibly assisted by the infrared vision, the infrared scan.
Yep, and you know right here, Osas,
Oh!
Fuado is so low. He's literally at 1 and manages to get the headshot onto Ryu. And you know right here, Suiko is just having a really sneaky push all by himself as Momo-chan managed to join the payload with her as well. As the rest of the team still are on high ground from Team Lamb, could they take them out of this fight?
I must say, these two snipers are a joy to watch. That kill right there was assisted by the smoke, and a tornado in the room!
Big tornado coming in, and you know, even though it get the kill, but you know, that payload is still being moved by Suiko, and they really have to take Suiko out. If not, you know, it's gonna be doing so much problem for them in the back line.
Yeah, Lam working his magic yet again as he picks down Rue. Will he be able to do the same for the others though? A teleporter's already down, so that's something that Suiko have to look out for.
Yeah, and that's where the teleporter hunt begins, right?
Yeah.
They have Liu taking another KO 3-1. I mean, that's his first death. It's okay, but Ryu is just pushing straight right on. Gets the kill onto both of the sniper, and the fort is next.
Now here comes the power of the teleporter. Even though they took down 2, they're just going to come back immediately. And just look at that. I think they're already back.
Yep, so that's, you know, so much speed coming in as well, and Raigo is, you know, holding the fort so well all by himself as the rest of PX is on the top side on high ground. Can, you know, and I believe they have a little bit of space onto the payload right now as well.
Yeah, Liu coming in from the back. Okay, Raigo does see him, and another tornado into the sky. Sorry, Momo-chan falls instead.
Wow, we've seen this play worked out twice, and it's 2 out of 2 right here for Liu. As you know, that those tornadoes into the fort is just so well thought out, and you know they are just holding on to the payload so well right now. And right here, Suigo is just going in for the backside and could be and unable to get the flank that he's looking for.
I think that was that might have been a holo boosted letter right there, but he still fell to a precisely placed shot from Fuwa.
Yeah, but Ryu managed to get the kill off Liu as well. As right here, you know, Osas Fuwa just getting the pick. First headshot coming in onto Ryu. Could he get a second of the fight right here as Fort is hit, Fort is injured, Fort is down, as Suiko is last, it falls right down. 13 more seconds on the clock as phase 1 is not yet over. 8 as we're counting down. Could Ryu meet the payload in time? Unable to do so as the countdown counts right to 0, and there we have, ladies and gentlemen, our champion for tonight, Team Lamb.
Putting on the class for the double snipers, yes sirree. Team Lamb pulled off a really dominating performance right here, showing us that teamwork and accuracy are all that you need. You don't need meta heroes, you just need teamwork and skill.
Yep, and that's what Team Lamb literally showed us today, right? They're so coordinated together as a team, and there we have, ladies and gentlemen, our champions for tonight. And let's just run it through our let's just run it through our you know, winners for tonight. Team Lamb will be walking home with 1,000 gems. Second place, Team PX walking home with 600 gems, and in the third place we'll be walking home with 400, and that is Team Lavage. And there we have, ladies and gentlemen, our winners for tonight. And big congratulations to these 4 teams. They really did play it to their best of abilities, and without them we wouldn't have such a good stream tonight.
That's right, and if anybody can comment down below how many times Fort has appeared, that would be very helpful. Thank you very much.
We lost count, right?
Yeah, we lost count. I think it was around 20 something. A lot of forts.
Yep,
there were too many forts.
A lot of forts tonight. So I believe Fort is the main guy right now in season 3.
I mean, I guess just for payload pushing, in a sense, because when once you put the shield on the payload will just push it along as well.
Yep.
I mean, it's a mobile shield, so like, what's there not to love about it?
Yeah, but I mean, you know, there's still a lot of modes in T3, right?
Definitely.
Today we only get to see the payload escort, right?
And clash.
One clash, right? So we have yet to see team deathmatch, we have yet to see payload race, we have yet to see capture the point. So there's so many possibilities in T3 arena, and there's so many ways that we could, you know, combine team composition or made up team composition to counter the game.
That's right. And all this would not be possible without the community, without our tournament organizers, and without our developers from the T3 Arena.
Yep, so big shout out to T3 Arena themselves for providing us a platform and a community, you know, with, you know, the Discord. If you guys are not part of it, please do join the community to be part of this really wholesome and really wonderful people. And, you know, not forgetting Asia like Legends Asia, without these guys, this tournament would not be possible. And these are the people behind the scene for tournaments in Asia. So if you guys are interested, do join their Discord server, be part of that Asia community as well, because we have a lot of wholesome players right there. And not forgetting the tournaments that they are going to have as well, so do keep a lookout right there as well.
Definitely. I must say, today was electric. There was
Electric like Jabali.
no tempest storms today, but the disruptor shields are good enough.
Yep. So once again, my name is MoonBoy. I'm Cupcake. He's Cupcake.
Hey.
I'm Cupcake. He's Cupcake. Any other last words for the rest of the community or the viewers right there?
There are no meta heroes. There is only good teamwork and individual skill. Please group up when you are going for a push.
Yep.
And keep playing T3 Arena.
Yep, I mean, we have to celebrate a lot of this game. It's finally on Google Play Store recently as well.
Yes.
The player base has been increased by a lot recently. We hope to see more tournaments and maybe official tournaments in the future. And we hope that the community will be always there to support this, because this is a really awesome game, and I would love to see this game thrive.
I'm really excited to cast for the next one if there is.
Yeah, I mean, it's such an exciting game. It's so fast paced, it's so fun, and I would love to see maybe different players, different teams, even different region would be really awesome as well.
Oh yes. I mean, the way that the meta evolves per region, everybody's gonna play differently.
Yep.
That's how a game gets better, and that's how the community thrives.
Yep, so once again, thanks so much everyone for joining us. Thanks so much to the viewers and the community as well. Without you guys, this event wouldn't be possible. So big clap, pat on the back, heart in the chat.
Press your air horn button.
Or air horn button.
Yeah.
Yep, so big thank you. Yep, and a big clap. Yep, so thanks so much guys. Thanks so much for joining us today. My name is MoonBoy, his Cupcake, and we'll see you guys real soon in future tournaments as well, as we are signing off. See you guys next time.
Stop.